Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S.-African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. Diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, proved that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why BeDirect was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to BeDirect's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business lifecycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, BeDirect Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African continental and country specific, integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training, masterclasses led by African industry execs, and mentoring and coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to BeDirect Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
Hi, I'm Barbara Smith. Genius is common. My genius is executive coaching and professional corporate training. As the master executive coach and corporate training ambassador for the Genius is Common movement, I help business owners craft their stories in such a way that you know exactly what they do, what they have, and what they bring to the table. Many times as business owners, we are asked, so what do you do for a living? And we could be crushing in our businesses, but we're not quite sure exactly what to say in a short amount of time. Well, I help you take those stories that are the reason why you're in business and why you're so passionate about your business and craft them in such a way that people are drawn to you as opposed to being repelled by you. Because every conversation, every time you talk to someone about your business, you are excited about it. But are you really conveying what you do, what you have, and what you bring to the table? And do really people understand why you care so much and why they should care that you have the solution to their problem? Well, I'm here to help you with that. As a master storyteller, I can help you with your stories and spin them in such a way that they are intriguing and fascinating. People want to listen to you talk about your business. That's why at the Genius is Common movement, I am the master executive coach and professional training ambassador. That's my genius. And genius? Oh yeah, it's common.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso, a new concept in social media. Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Trousseau. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Trousseau is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo. One of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Latika, but I go by Teek, and I'm your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, Black owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community. It's sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. So we're going to get into it this afternoon. We have a fireside chat, and I'm going to introduce this beautiful soul as Miss Pie. But let me tell you, she's known as an executive industry leader and CEO of LCM Group with over 30 years experience in multiple functions. She has achieved remarkable success as an employer brand leader, including winning 19 cultural awards between 2021 and 2023. Shelly Jeffrey Cole is the influencer behind Mrs. Pie and a key figure in the Parade Deck military influencer community of over 6.5 million subscribers. Her company, LCM Group, delivers global brand workshops, and Shelly is a sought-after keynote speaker on purpose, branding, and entrepreneurship. I present to you Mrs. Pie, aka Shelly Jeffco.
Thank you for that. That was awesome.
You are welcome, beautiful soul. Hi, how are you doing this afternoon?
Isn't this incredible? And shout out to everybody who is watching us, wherever you're watching from. Thank you for supporting scholarships for kids. Y'all, we need it. So, just bearing in mind that that's at the crux of why we're here. But thank you so much for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm really excited right now because I get this opportunity to interview you. I'm like, oh my goodness, this woman has achieved. So it gets me really, really excited for everyone that is watching this in live or watching this in a replay. We're going to get into some really goodness and learning about Mrs. Pie. To get us started, how would you like me to refer to you? As Shelly or Mrs. Pie?
Question. Branding 101. Always go by your brand. So you can use Mrs. Pie, but I'll also tell people about where Pie came from because there's a story behind that brand.
I know it is. So I want you to get into it. So we're going to bring it back and start with the basics. I got you for a little bit of time and I'm excited about that. So yes, I want all the tea on the Mrs. Pie, but tell us, how did you get into this? How did you get into this business?
Oh my gosh. So I've always loved branding and purpose and the way that we show up. And, I'm also an author and a mom and a philanthropist and all of those things. But I think, to be honest, it's been a culmination of areas in my life that I've always loved. I've worked in HR, I worked in engineering, I worked in sales, I worked in marketing. My family, I'm Jamaican. I come from a family of business owners and entrepreneurs. My mom was a teacher and a minister. So there's just been a combination of experiences in the corporate space. And then I wanted to figure out a way to translate a lot of what I know and really help other individuals who are just starting out in business, whether you're a small business or entrepreneur, et cetera. And my heart is also tied into the veteran community. And so a lot of the work that I do within that space is helping veteran small business owners learn the basics of branding, but from a business strategy perspective, not just, putting things on social media. And then, it just kind of spanned out. So I work with a lot of organizations also that support or do things for kids. I am one of those rare birds that I have multiple personas, meaning I do multiple things. I have a full-time job and a company, and they're both very successful. So I'm just pulling together all of the experiences that I've had, things that I've learned the hard way, lessons learned, failures that I've had, and teaching people not to kind of repeat that behavior and helping any way I can. So I think we just took a slight pause. We're going to wait for my host to come back. And while she's while she's coming back in, for those of y'all who are watching again, just a reminder to please visit blackbusinessexpousa.com and learn about the scholarships. As I meant, I'm an advocate. So again, I just want to make sure that we are driving people to support our cause, y'all. That's why we're here.
That is it, Mrs. Pye. Apologies. We got this internet thing happening, but I'm okay. We're hearing all the energy, right?
Yes.
Well, that's what matters the most. So I'm sure the people heard you speaking about something amazing about how you got into the business. And I guess what I want to kind of hear from you right now as well, if you haven't already said it, is what motivated you? Because I know everyone has a story behind the story. And so it's good to kind of hear what got you into the flow. Like, what was your biggest why? What would motivate you?
So Pye actually originated, the brand Pye, proud, inspired, empowered. So that's the actual brand. And Pye was actually launched in 2022, April 1st, 2022. This is how crazy, because I've been at this thing for a long time, but it really formally launched then and kind of took off faster than we imagined. But Pye was, as a result, as a mom, I was responding to things that were going on with my teen daughter. And I wanted to create messaging and a language, because again, branding is my thing. So I wanted to create messaging and language that she could use and her friends could use. Y'all remember all the things that were happening in 2020, right? So I wanted to, provide that kind of support. So we have journals and we have affirmation guides and, we have podcasts. We have a lot of things that are going, but it really started, I was looking as a mom, like, this will save my daughter's life. So that's where Pye started. And then LCM Group as an organization, LCM actually stands for Learn, Coach, Model. And Learn, Coach, Model is something that I had put into practice for a long time. So if you've ever worked me as an exec, I always close, I do everything in threes. And I always talked about, what did you learn and how can you coach your teams and how do you model the behavior? So that's the genesis of the company. But it's really been an incredible journey. I'm excited about where we're going together, trying to help other people lift and grow. But that is the story. And I'm a West Indian woman. I'm Jamaican, proudly and happily. So anything, we believe anything we start, we'll finish, and all those things. But essentially, that's what Pye is.
I love that. I love it's so much that you said in that I can unpick, but what I loved it, and so the core of it is, you started with that language between you and your child. And I think that's so important when we're communicating with, especially the younger generation, because they have a language that we need to make sure that we understand, but also in supporting them on their elevation. So I love what you were saying about the affirmations and really just giving and empowering, we started with your daughter, but now look at Yeah, look at
Now
how
it's thousands and thousands, and it's global.
exactly. And I love that. I love that. So, can I ask you? So, what was this your first business, or what was your first?
No.
Right.
Okay. Lesson number one in entrepreneurship. It's okay to fail. Okay. So we'll come closer because we're all friends. Back in the day, I had a clothing company called Stush Label. I was in Nashville, Tennessee at that time. And I was even on the local television channel because it was at that point, this is like 2002 or so. My husband would have to remind me now of the years, but it was a big deal back then, y'all, because I was in Nashville, Tennessee, and I had exited my engineering job and I was going to go into fashion.
Right.
And my first real job, like where you actually get a paycheck from an organization, was with Macy's. I was in their buyers program in New York City. So many moons later, I was like, I love fashion. So I'm just gonna be a designer. And it failed. But I loved the experience because what I learned was that I love fashion. I love earning money so I can pay for fashion, but I don't necessarily want to manufacture fashion, but it was an incredible journey. So that was the first real business, where I actually made some revenue. I made it from that. And it's just, for me, it just felt like it wasn't the right time. And I did learn about sales and marketing. So some of the things that I'm using even today, some of the things I used in my corporate career, but what was missing, what was missing, Teak? There wasn't any purpose behind it.
And I was just about to ask you that because, see, I was like, well, fashion, she looks fabulous. So it's okay, it's still fun. But, and I guess for anyone that's watching, when they hear about people starting or having multiple different businesses, et cetera, and that whole fail forward is, it should be motivating. And so
Yes.
what you were learning, I guess I want to ask you about that a bit more deeper in terms of if you had to take, say, your first 2 or 3 key points from what you would have learned from that business and how it moved into this, what would you say that is?
First of all, it's you need a community of support. I was doing it by myself. I had the ideas. I had somewhat of a quasi plan. I'm going to make clothes that I love, right? It was all I centered. And so there was no community. There wasn't really a strategy, and it was me centered. And so the idea that you're going to build a business just because you have an idea and a vision, it doesn't necessarily translate to what the needs of the market are, or what are your clients looking for, or what is the thing that you're trying to do? What's the gap you're trying to fill? And I didn't know at that time that you needed more than that. This is before social media. Now I'll have a lot of people who go on TikTok. I can sell something from Sheen. Okay. It was very, very different there. In order to build something that's sustainable and long-term, and a business that actually generates revenue, and, you're pouring back into the community and you're establishing certain things. If you're trying to set up generational wealth, we all talk about that, and you're looking for some kind of longevity, you have to actually have a strategy. You have to understand your clients. You have to fill a need. Otherwise, it's just a side hustle, and I'm not doing a side hustle. but I had to learn that the hard way. And once I learned another lesson I learned, because I had the opportunity of being interviewed on live television. It was my first foray in front of the screen. I'm usually the person who's behind the screen a lot. That's shifted over the past few years, dramatically. But I had the opportunity, even in that experience, to see what that looked like. And so I started changing the way I thought about how I marketed myself and how I branded myself going forward. So y'all, when I say this is 20 years into it, I said 2002, and 20 years or so later, I am now walking into the purpose of my life and seeing this play out. So it's just really being open to learning the lesson, and it's okay. It really is okay to pick up and move forward and understand that everything happens in the right time. That's true. Everything that your mama told you is true.
I love that. I love the authenticity of that, because you said something I think is purposeful, and to reiterate back to the community that's watching, and that is that you went into it thinking about what I wanted to make, and then your vision or your insight shifted along the way, and it being about community. And so that means that you were giving back into what you thought people, well, you start looking into what the people needed to receive. And then that seemed like it, domino affected into what you expanded into today, which I think is amazing. And so you basically, like you said, fell forward. Absolutely fell forward. So, I mean, you learned a lot of key things there. So this next question I have for you is, why do you think owning a box is important? I know I just went there.
Okay, so I'm gonna shift this question to, let's see, owning a box. So I'm gonna shift this to owning your space and staying in your lane. Okay, and defining what that lane looks like so that you can communicate it to other people, because other people will tend to put you in a box or a lane. Okay, so once I figured out, what I bring to the table, and again, this is advice whether you're in business as an entrepreneur, or you're thinking about being an entrepreneur, or you're working on your 9 to 5 and you're happy and that's your thing. Okay, but one of the things that you have to be able to do very successfully is understand your values and who you are, your identity, and what you bring to the table. And so, because I've been able to successfully do this, I do this the same way I can build that box for a business, right? Maybe we call it brand equity and brand identity, is the same way I can do that for myself. And then I manage everything that comes in and out of that box. I manage that box, right? So when we talk about, really understanding. So there's a lot of folks where it's so confusing, Teak, where you're asking them, if I ask someone, if I ask you, like, what do you do? I don't even ask people what they do for a living anymore. I remove that. I just ask, like, what do you do? Because we are complicated creatures. And there are a lot of us who, just because you're on the 9 to 5, maybe what you're doing there is just paying the bills, but you're an amazing singer on the weekends, right? So, you know what I mean? So even the way you ask the question, but I purposely try not to put people in those boxes. You invite me in your box because you've defined it, and then I can say, oh, Teak, she does blah, blah, blah. Not me putting her in
That's it.
In that box, right? So that, it's just setting up the parameters. And I mentor and coach. I've always mentored students, kids, adults, always. I think that's just part of the heritage. My mom was a teacher, so that's something that I've picked up, and I have siblings. That's just the way it works. But I've always had this same conversation about being mindful of this box that you're putting yourself in, because once you tuck yourself in, you're not going to be able to get yourself out of it.
That's it, isn't it? And it could be quite limiting when you put yourself in. Because people, like you said, we're multifaceted. There's a lot of different areas and parts to us. So I love that. I love the way that you broke that down. But you touched on something right now that I'm about to get into, and that was about mentorship.
Yes.
And I can already see it's in your pattern. Look at you glowing. So, you talked about being siblings. I wonder, how old is she? But so why is mentorship to you so important? I know we got the experience of family, but get into it.
Yeah. So mentorship works both ways. So I have a lot of I have folks that are formalized mentors, meaning we've established, once a month, 30 minutes, whatever that is, right? So it's formalized. And I also have a lot of folks who I mentor people through another organization called Mentors of Color. That's just one of, all right? If you ever see me on social media, you'll see I'm everywhere and nowhere at the same time. But mentorship is really important for a couple of reasons. One, I mentioned that my mom was a teacher. So a teacher in Jamaica isn't like a teacher here. It's very different, where you're managing multiple levels of students' classroom. You're not just in one classroom for the whole year. Mm-hmm. And so I grew up in the environment where I watched my mom mentor other people's kids. So she would be pouring her expertise, her skills, not just coaching, right? But she had a relationship with, and also not just students, but also parents. And so it just became natural. I benefited from mentorship all throughout my corporate career. I have amazing mentors. I have mentors that have, kept the relationship. It's been many, many years. And we've shifted from being mentors to them being sponsors to me. Sponsors mean that when they're in a room, if there's an opportunity, they're gonna call my name and bring me to the table without me having to physically be in the room. And so that's the trajectory. But as a mentor, I really genuinely want people to win. I genuinely want people to succeed. It's just, you know what I mean? It takes nothing from me to pour back into someone. And by the way, it works both ways. So I learn a lot from my mentees and they learn a lot from me, And so when I talk to people about mentorship, I advise them to do it, to have three, at least have three. And this is the three you want. You have one mentee who is where you were. So someone who's younger, okay? You're giving back, right? You want one mentee who is where you are. So where you are, again, the job title, it could be a peer on your job, it could be someone in the community, etc. And then you want a mentor who is where you're going, right? So wherever it is you're going. So it's, again, it could be one level up. I'm just making this up, right? One level up, or it could be a senior leader somewhere else. It could be another entrepreneur, and that's how you're getting the mentorship. And so those are those three. And you don't always have to pay a mentor. I'm always, curious when people are, offer that up, to be a mentor. I'm not paying anyone to be a mentor. There's a lot of folks already in your life that have the expertise. And can I just tell you, a lot of us overlook those relationships, right? Because they're looking for, I want a mentor to be the CEO of X organization. Yes, so does 3,700 others, but there are people in your life who have shared experiences that don't mind committing to the time as a mentor to help coach you through some things. And so look for the mentors that are already around you. You don't have to, go pay money for someone to do that. No shade to folks who are accepting coins for that line of business, but for those who can't afford that, there are other ways to do it.
I'm really grateful that you put that out there as well, because sometimes, especially now in the climate that we have post-COVID, and you see so many different types of mentors emerging, et cetera, and people think, well, I can't. They get in that mindset of doing something. And what you're sharing is actually, you just need to look what's in front of you.
That's right.
You might have these key relationships already there that can support you on that journey. I love that. I love that, Mrs. Posh. I just need some tea now. But so, when mentorship, and you think about what the people that you already potentially have around you, and I think that leads me into, sort of on the journey, education. So what would you say, or why would you say education is so important as well?
So again, something else that we grew up. So my home country in Jamaica is not set up. The social system isn't set up the same way as it is in the U.S. And we were raised knowing and being taught that that's the one thing no one can take from you is your education. Okay. So investing in that. And I mean, investing your time, your money, tutoring, whatever it is. Education is the one thing no one can take away from us. And so, I, as a mom, I have two beautiful, beautiful daughters in my life. And as a mom, I invest that same level of commitment to education as I would in anything that is a priority. And so, I was always okay being the nerd. And quite frankly, I'm animated now, but I am a library nerd, sit in the corner, quiet type person. Okay. I'm most likely to be found in our home. We're lucky enough to have a little space called library, and I'm most likely to be found there if I'm not working. Like, that is my thing.
I love that.
That is my thing. But it's just important for us, especially, let me just talk to those of us who are over 50 like me. Okay, I'm 51, and you have to keep thank you. You have to keep learning. Technology has brought on a lot of changes. You need to be, you really do need to keep up with what's happening around you. Why? Because your clients are changing. If your clients are changing, that means your competitors are learning more. The market is changing. And so you do really need to put some time into educating even yourself as a business owner. Maybe you're not a business owner. Maybe you're someone who's been in the same job 20 years. Congratulations. But even you still need to, you still need to educate yourself so you can, get the next raise and be competitive within your own organization as you think about your personal and professional development. So education is just something it's a must and a given, because like I said, that's the one thing nobody can take away from you at all, ever.
That is so true. That is so true, Mrs. Pye. You dropping the gems.
Thank you.
Receiving everything that she's telling, because this is experience, and learn, you model success, isn't it? So you're teaching people things are key ways so that they need to be looking into how to move through their journey purposefully. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that sort of leads me into, like, you've said a few things so far, and you went back into what moms has done and your experience as a, as being in your sibling group and mentorship and what that means to you. So it gets me to the question of like life experience. And
Yes.
do you feel that plays, a significant role in success?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're bringing all your baggage to work. Okay. And work could be, again, in an office, not an office, outside, whatever it is, right? You're bringing your life experience with you every day. So here's what you have to do, okay? Sometimes you have to unload that bag before you walk in that door, because you don't necessarily need to bring all of it to the people around you. People don't know what to do with that energy or that information or that experience. It also really impacts your perception on what's happening around you, because I bring in a certain experience, right? So I had a just saying this, like, you might have had an argument with your spouse, and that created a negative experience. And now you're bringing that attitude into work, and now everyone, right? Now the rest of us are getting that the response that that you wanted to deliver to your spouse. Now we're getting it. So just like you, our life experiences play a role in how we determine our priorities, where we spend our money, how we treat money, where do we see ourselves? How do we create a vision for ourselves? Back to being, back to what we're all saying, generational wealth. Well, your life experience might impact that. There are a lot of entrepreneurs who are the first ones in their family to be entrepreneurs. Your life experience might be, no one in my family has done this. But just because no one's done it doesn't mean that that first person isn't you. So you have to be able to tune out some of the voices from those life experiences. You know what I mean? So that you can inspire yourself to keep moving. So life experience is huge. And then and understand the lessons. Like for me, if I get the lesson, I try to learn it the first time, right? I am no good at like learning the same thing over and over again, or be burned over and over again, right? Once you learn that lesson, okay, I receive it, I learned the lesson, this is how I pivot so I don't repeat that behavior. Or maybe, it was in my response, not that person. That's a life lesson. Everything that has to do with your shortcomings, that's a life lesson. And then what do you do with the information? And don't carry your bad, experiences. I don't care who started it. Back 20 years ago, so-and-so said something to me and rubbed me the wrong way. Please leave that baggage, drop the baggage, because that's just going to hold you back from moving. It's just going to slow you down. So drop those things so you can move forward.
I love that. But that goes back to your point that you were making where you were talking about failing forward as well.
Yes.
Right. So looking at where you are, learn from that experience and then move forward. Take what you need and leave what you don't need. Right.
I love that. I'm going to borrow that.
So that brings me into something else then, because we're talking about, life experience. And I think that, when people think about their journey, they, like you said, they're bringing their whole self, isn't it? So when you think about some of the pitfalls, and even maybe for some of the pitfalls you may have had, what would be some of your suggestions for people to avoid?
Oh my gosh, mindset is the first one. Okay, I've always been a positive person, but for a long time, I was surrounded by negative people. And I started to believe what they were saying about me, not things that were true about me. This is something else I share with my mentees, okay? I absolutely don't believe anything that is not true about me. And I know what's true about me. I actually have a list. Okay. So I know. So for example, I know that I'm organized. I know that I'm capable. I know that I'm talented. I'm not worried about, when we had on social media, especially, people were floating around all different terms and texts, y'all. You go on LinkedIn every week and there's some kind of ism or something that we're supposed to have had, right? Some kind of shortcut. I don't believe in any of that. I believe that I'm capable. I believe that everything that I need will come to all of those things. And so that's mindset, but that's maturity. So if I didn't allow myself to pull away from, and again, sometimes negative people are in your family. Okay. Who am I talking to? All right. So sometimes you have to change the environment that you're in and stop listening to some of those voices and really start believing what's actually true about me. So it's not true if you start thinking to yourself, I don't deserve to be here, unless you actually don't deserve that job. Because there are some of y'all, okay, you know who you are. You've taken a job and that was not the place that you were supposed to be, but you did it anyway, right? That's different. So it's really that mindset is absolutely everything. Believe what's true about you, and the rest of it is just noise. That's the first thing. I think something else that I had to learn is I didn't realize this, that the more successful you become, the smaller your circle becomes.
Absolutely.
Okay, I saw it on TV. I saw it happen to other people, but I never thought that would happen to me. I think I'm a nice person. Why would I give to everyone? What? But that really does happen. And when it happens, let it happen.
Absolutely.
Because the downside is I was holding on to people's skirts, please don't leave, and all it did was it kind of extended the time for me to be successful longer than it needed to be, because I was holding on to stuff that didn't belong to me anyway, right? People don't belong to you. So I was holding on to these relationships thinking, but don't do that. But that's another flip side of being successful, is that your circle does become smaller. The good news though is that you will end up being surrounded by the right people anyway. So sometimes, 2 or 3 negative folks get pulled out. And again, these are folks who might be very close to you. Okay. So 2 or 3 negative folks might be pulled out and one amazing person, takes the place. So don't let that stop you from marching towards your own success, but just know that you need to be prepared that circle is going to shrink.
I love that. I mean, 2 key valuable points: mindset, and then even the mindset feeds into the circle, and things naturally shift. Ms. Pye, you really, really, and that your experience of being honest and authentic, I think is what feed back into the people, because that's what we need to hear, right?
Oh yes.
And speaking about our people, and thinking about business, do you think, because we talked about quite a lot of things, we talked about education, we've now, and I need to go back a bit, because you were doing affirmation to yourself, and I was getting excited, like, yes. Talking about mindset, I was like, yeah, but look how much she poured into herself first. I need the people to understand that that's what you need to do. You need to know your list first. So thank you for dropping that beautiful gem of sharing something personal for yourself in that way. And then that gets me into Black people and success. So
yes,
do you think that Black people actually have an equal start to business compared to get into it, Ms. Pye?
Nope, next. No, we don't. So here's where, and I don't apologize for my Black pride. Okay, I told you I'm Jamaican. We come with it. Okay. So here's where it's kind of concerning, and also like, come on, y'all. We are the most creative visionaries that exist, in my humble opinion, on this planet. Okay. And I think what we've allowed to happen is that we've allowed other voices to tell us, and environments to tell us, and situations to tell us, and systems and processes to tell us otherwise, and we believe it. Right? And so there is a point where you have to realize. So when I look at all of the things that are available in the United States for someone who is Black to start a successful business, and I compare that to my home country, y'all don't know how good you have it.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I think about that. The difference here in the US is that the way that the deck is stacked is just stacked differently than it is in other countries. But there is so much opportunity within the community, within the Black business community, to support each other, to go after clients where you don't feel like you're fighting amongst each other, for sisters to support each other. You know what I mean? There is so much opportunity and talent that's available within this space. But, the truth is, no, it is definitely stacked differently. I mean, I don't know if you go on Twitter. I mean, I last on social media. I've limited it because I don't even want to hear the noise of all the things that people are telling me that I can and can't do, but other people can do it, right?
100%. And I guess the other part of that is just thinking about the changes within the decades, from 20 to 30 years ago until now. I mean, you're talking about the differences. And do you feel as if well, I guess I can reframe that question now for you. You already were like, no, Teak, no. So like thinking about going towards the future, and about platforms such as this, do you think with this sort of platform and other platforms like it, how would that role be for Black businesses?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just think about this. So earlier today, I was honored to, and I want y'all go back and watch the replay. Black Expo that was launched many moons ago. And you guys can go back and see what I'm talking about the leader there. But just pause for a minute that we have the Black Business Network. Okay, you have business leaders, thought leaders, owners, entrepreneurs, everyone, students, everyone, right? You have literally, and Dr. Kelly literally has an ongoing cycle of Black businesses coming on the platform, pitching their businesses. You know what I mean? This is crazy. Like, I don't think people understand how amazing this really is. And so for those Black business, and we have, I'm also a member of the Atlanta Black Chambers here. And so we do a lot of amazing things. We train the community, we train business, all of those things are happening. And so just to pause and look at where we are right now, y'all, come on. We're literally on TV everywhere, on social media everywhere, going in full cycle, 24 hours, all day long. So it's not necessarily that, yes, the decks are stacked, but that is, at some point, that does become an excuse. You want to move around the deck? I'm going to move around the deck, right? So there's some folks, again, here's the difference between someone who is a visionary and someone who just has a dream.
Come on.
Okay. I'm a visionary and I execute on that vision. I can make it plain. I have a strategy, right? I put some things in place. I have processes and I'm marching my way through whatever my long-term goal is. There are a lot of people who have dreams who is just a dream. They haven't woken up yet, right? And a lot of dreamers, they have these ideas of what it should be, but opportunity doesn't show up that way. So here's a great example of opportunity showing up for me. This is my testimony. No one told me to say this. I'm gonna go ahead and say it and put Dr. Kelly on For Real Blast and Black Business Network. Okay, y'all can put this one on TikTok. Here's my testimony. So I was supposed to come on and do one interview, one show earlier this morning. I had the 8 a.m. slot, and I came on. I talked about brand and business. The opportunity came up and I was asked, hey, do you want to stay and take the next slot? I have never been a moderator. I have never been on this platform. This opportunity to join this platform today came from a woman named Edie Clark. Okay, Edie Clark, who I met through the Atlanta Black Chambers through a whole nother connection. Again, I'm just walking you through it. So I show up, I do my 30 minutes. And Dr. Kelly asked me, and I'm like, of course, that's what opportunity looks like. A lot of people would have looked at that and said, I'm not prepared. I don't want to do it. I'm too scared. Not me. I know opportunity when I see it. So because I know opportunity when I see it, I'm on the second show and I'm giving it my 178%.
1,000. You're giving it 1,000, Ms. Parker.
I'm giving 2% for me. Okay. So I've got the second show. And then he comes back and says, hey, do you want to do this one? Yes, I'll take the third slot. And then here's Teak interviewing me on the fourth and fifth slot.
Right.
That's opportunity. That's responding to opportunity. It doesn't show up in this beautiful black bow like people expect. The dreamers expect it. Because we're visionaries, Teak, we can see an opportunity and we jump into it.
That's it. Oh, okay. Come on, my cheeks are frozen. I'm like, yes. It's like, yes, come on, Miss Pie, drop it. Absolutely. What a testimony though. And what beautiful way to evidence how quickly things can happen through your life. When
your life can change just like that. Do you understand? Just like that, your life can change. And for me, I knew it when it was happening. The moment it was happening that, something has shifted for me and I'm going to ride this out. I don't care what they ask. I'm going to show up and give my 1,000%. Here I am. And being interviewed by Teak. Can I just
Well, first of all, I'm enjoying all of this, and if I could keep you here for forever, I would. But you know I would. I might have to think about maybe the seventh slot. No, but I'm really, really. It's been like a really, really big pleasure. I just want to, before we conclude, two things, because that was so motivational, and I was going to ask you a question about your closing motivation on this, but you gave such an amazing testimony, which is so authentic and so real in real time.
Yes.
That everyone who's watching this and watching the replay, if you haven't digested what has been said by Mrs. Pye herself this whole way through, but she showed up for herself. She opened up the door. She's a visionary. And then one opportunity after next continue to happen. And I just think that's amazing. So Ms. Pye, how do people get in contact with you? I mean, you're impacting, thousands and
thousands, y'all. We got a big shout out in the Voice newspaper, which is the largest used newspaper in the UK and Africa and the West Indies last year for the work that we do through LCM Group. So again, we're making impact. But if you go to learncoachmodelgroup.com, you can find out more about our website. You can go to Parade Deck and search Mrs. Pye. You can literally Google Mrs. Pye at this point. Like we're literally everywhere. We have podcasts, we have books, we have consulting, we have a lot of things going on. But I'm gonna be back on Black Business Expo, y'all, because I'm determined to be Dr. Kelly's Oprah.
Listen, what you've heard here this afternoon, Mrs. Pye is already manifesting her truth. I believe that with my heart, mind, and soul. Okay, it has been amazing to interview you. It was my pleasure.
I love talking to you. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome, beautiful soul. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And as you always say here on Black Business Network, genius is coming.
That's
right. Oh my goodness, beautiful souls. The Black Business Expo is a mission to raise funds for high school seniors going to college from K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go on to the Black Business Expo USA.com to donate to the scholarship or fund, or use Cash App. That's on the screen below. It should be somewhere on the screen as the $ BBX USA. No, our goal is to give laptops up to $5,000 to students excuse me, I can't even get my words out. I'm so excited. That's $5,000 to 10 students, and students can register online for blackbusiness.com, expo USA.com. Every dollar, so that we want to remind you to donate, goes to the scholarship fund. So we want to thank our Black Business Expo sponsors for all that they have provided for this beautiful cause. And so genius is coming, and guess what? We'll see you on the other side.
How you doing? I'm Rodney Allen Rippey. Yeah, the child actor. Well, now leading man. Some of you might remember back in the day, the Harlem Globetrotters popcorn machine. Remember that? Well, it was a Saturday morning special that would come on, and I was there with Geese and Tex and Meadowlark Lemon. Remember the show? Well, I had a great time. And I have to say a huge, huge thank you to all my fans out there. Thank you for all the years of support. I went on from the entertainment industry. I started getting into producing and directing. And now, hey, here I am. I'm a studio executive here in Burbank, California at 2526 Studios. I have to say, it's been pretty good, but the best is yet to come. Please stay encouraged. Keep reaching for your dreams and never forget that genius is common. Remember that. Genius is common. No matter what anyone says to you, no matter how tough the road may get, keep striving. Keep reaching for your dreams. And always know that you are worth it. Everything that you put into yourself, everything good that you pour into your life, you are worth it. And when the times get tough, when things don't go exactly right, it's okay. Dust your shoulders off. Stand up strong. And remember, genius is common.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Rhonda? And leave it inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, Let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
Ladies, if you're a person who continually pours out, you won't want to miss this upcoming event. October 13, 14, and 15 at the Holiday Inn and Suites in Ocean City, Maryland, where we have a power-packed lineup of ladies who are going to pour into you. If you need to increase your impact, your influence, and your income, this is the event for you. Don't miss the power of sisterhood. These ladies coming from around the world to network and connect with you. Don't miss it. How do you get the information? Glad you asked. Go to barbarahsmith.com and click the link. All the details there. Don't miss Sisters Inspire Sisters to Advance, October 13, 14, 15 at the beautiful Holiday Inn and Suites in Ocean City, Maryland. What you know and I know together can change the world. I want to see you there.
In the heart of America, there are dreams waiting to be realized. Dreams of owning a home, creating a haven for families, and building a future. Yet, there are 13 million mortgage-ready home buyers and nearly 20 million renter households who have the credit and income to qualify for a mortgage but remain left out of the home buying process. These potential home buyers are in urban and rural America, where dreams should flourish. The big banks, the giants of finance, have all exited the mortgage lending business, decreasing their lending footprints across America. They are no longer present and active in these communities. Instead of offering opportunities for home ownership, some of these banks have chosen a different path. They have decided to become mega landlords. They have chosen to invest billions of dollars in rental homes, leaving potential home buyers with fewer options and stuck in a cycle of renting without the chance to build equity and create a legacy for their families. Here is the shocking truth. A report issued by the Home Ownership Council of America revealed that if lenders were to step forward and serve this underserved market, they could conservatively increase their loan volume by $1.5 trillion. $1.5 trillion. This is a $1 trillion business opportunity, ripe for the taking. That's why I Have a Dream Home is here. We support the American dream of home ownership in urban and rural America. We believe in the power of social consciousness and the impact it can have on people's lives. Investing in urban and rural America is not just good business sense. It's a moral imperative. Our mission is clear. Become the go-to mortgage lender in these communities. Create a pathway to home ownership for all Americans, breaking the cycle of poverty by empowering families to build wealth, stabilizing our communities, and taking pride in our country. I Have a Dream Home. Unlocking dreams, transforming communities, and rewriting the story of American home ownership. For more information, scan the QR code or visit our website at www.ihaveadreamhome.gold.
Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
Did you know that our black dollar only lasts for 6 hours in our community? Yet other communities, their dollars last for 19 to 30 days.
The Black Wall Street Nation. Black Wall Street Nation. Yes, that's why we created the Black Wall Street Nation. Black Wall Street Nation is a centralized directory available to all black businesses across the world. It was created for businesses like you, the ones that want to start and the ones who have a dream that have already started, such as businesses like Drop in a Bucket Productions, Valito Foods, Sugar Tea Branding Firm, All the Dazzle, Bun Cakeaholic, Miss Riot, and you. We'll have marketing, seminars, and some funding coming soon just for you. So, we want you to come and join us. www.blackwallstreetnation.com. See you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Latika, but I go by Teak, and I'm your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. The next individual that I have coming up soon is coming on for a keynote address, and that is Marilyn Clark. Marilyn Clark, DTM Distinguished Toastmaster, is a John Maxwell certified speaker, trainer, coach, and disc behavior analysis consultant. Marilyn is the founder and CEO of Mac Leadership Solutions, LLC. She's also published author and entrepreneur specializing in personal and professional growth. Marilyn has more than 30 years of business experience, including training and development, personal and professional development, leadership development, performance improvement, business and life coaching, disc, entrepreneurship, and real estate and consulting. Woo! Her mission is to help others grow personally and professionally. Her core values are integrity, impact, valuing others, gratitude, and community service. She is a published author of Let It Go and Flourish and Daily Planner, January 2023 to December 2023, with coaching prompts to help you flourish. Marilyn has been a member of Toastmasters International since 2017, and she served as an area director for several clubs within Toastmasters International. She has received the Distinguished Toastmaster Award, the highest award within the Toastmaster International. Marilyn is also a volunteer facilitator and leads transformational roundtables for Change Your World. Marilyn currently serves on the board of Greater Baltimore Chamber of Commerce. She's a member of Longview Bible Church and a proud mother and grandmother to her daughter, Cameron Clark Lambert, and son-in-law, Malik Lambert, her grandson, Zayn, and her granddaughter, Zara. She enjoys spending time with her family and friends. And you can visit her website at macleaderpublicsolutions.com. Oh, beautiful souls, Black Business Network, help me welcome to the platform, Miss Marilyn Clark.
Hello, Teak. It's exciting to be here.
Hi, Miss Marilyn Clark. It's so exciting for you to be here. I'm looking forward to hear what you have to say today in your keynote address. So I'll say genius is coming. I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Again, I am excited to be here to give this keynote address. And today I will be speaking about Black businesses as well as how we should lead across different generations, specifically our Gen X's and our Gen Z's. Now, there are many successful Black businesses, and I am so excited about those that were launched during the pandemic. You see, many people lost their jobs, and as a result, they pivoted and started their businesses. Now, why are so many Black businesses successful? It is all about leadership. Leadership matters. It is important for businesses to be successful. But before we can lead others, we must first lead ourselves. It is more difficult to lead ourselves than it is to lead others. I know that from personal experience, because self-leadership includes discipline, emotional intelligence, discipline, self-control. Leadership matters. In fact, the tagline for my business is, "We are moral authority." What is moral authority? I'm glad you asked. You see, moral authority is the highest level of authority, and it's based on the core value, who the leader is more so than a title and a position. The position is the lowest level of leadership. But with a moral authority leader, they gain that from the people who they lead. These leaders of successful Black businesses are moral authority leaders. They are competent, courageous, empathetic, and consistent. Now, what is competence? These Black business owners who are successful, they are lifelong learners, constant learners. They are always looking for ways to expand and increase their knowledge. And they also train their teams. when they are about to promote someone to a leadership position, they make sure their leaders are trained in leadership development. They don't just promote someone up the rank because, oh, they've been here 10 years, it's time to promote them. No, they are about competence. Because here's the thing. If you don't give that emerging leader adequate training, it leads to frustrated team members and a frustrated leader because they don't know what they're doing through no fault of their own. So you have to lead, teach them, show them the way. Now, these successful Black business owners and senior leaders are also courageous. In businesses, you will face obstacles, challenges, but if your why is strong enough, you must have a why for what you do. And if your why is strong enough, when those challenges come, you will face them head on. And you will see those challenges as learning opportunities to grow. They plow through those obstacles. They don't abandon ship when trouble comes. They grow through their pain and challenges. And their teams watch them as they grow through those challenges. Successful business owners are also empathetic. When their teams make mistakes, they don't hammer them. They do hold them accountable, but they teach them to learn from their mistakes. They document the mistakes so that they do not repeat them. And they use that as a stepping stone to success. They recognize that nobody is perfect. Now, I'm not saying you should go look to make mistakes deliberately, but when you do, you use them as a learning experience. They recognize that failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. Let me repeat that. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. Now, with this approach to mistakes, their team members are more likely to step outside of their comfort zone into their growth zone and are more innovative and creative and are willing to speak up in meetings about any ideas that they have. They're creative. They're stepping out of their comfort zone, making and taking calculated risk so that they can succeed. But if they're being led by leaders who hammer at them when they make mistakes, they're going to shrink back because they don't feel psychologically safe. All right? Now, that's it for moral authority leadership. Let's speak more on success. All right? It is achieved when business owners and leaders have certain characteristics: vision, integrity, decisiveness, effective communication skills, accountability, optimism, empathy, and they embrace diversification. So let's dive into these characteristics and core values that these successful Black business owners have that allowed them to get to the pinnacle of their success and their businesses. Vision. Great leaders have a clear strategic vision for the future of their business, and they know how to communicate that vision to inspire followers. Here is the thing. When you share your vision with your employees, they are more likely to get on board and help you achieve that vision. But when you're not transparent, they don't know what's expected of them. So it's very important to be clear, to give clarity on where you want to go. Self-awareness is also key. Another characteristic that successful leaders have is integrity. Now, there's integrity and there's reputation. And let me give an explanation of both. Reputation is what people see, and we should strive to maintain our reputation because that's protecting our brand. All right? People see what we do, but integrity is who we are regardless of who is around. It's who we are at the very core. We're honest, we have strong morals, and we lead by example. And that builds trust and respect from your team members. If you expect one thing from your employees and you do otherwise, they can't trust you. Do you keep your promises? Or do you make promises and then you shift? No, you can't do that. They don't see you as being trustworthy. And then they can't trust you. They're less productive. Decisiveness. Strong leaders make difficult decisions every day, and they do so promptly and firmly using expert input. This demonstrates confidence and earns support from their peers and teams. It is important to put people in leadership positions who are decision makers, not people who are going to be going back and forth, but are very decisive, because sometimes immediate actions is necessary. Communication skills. Practice active listening. Successful leaders practice active listening. They listen to understand and not listening to interrupt, to put their thoughts in. They listen, they weigh the pros and cons, and then after they listen, they give their feedback. They share their thoughts. Be transparent in your communication. Let me explain something to you. A few months ago, I ran into this young lady, and she shared with me that she went to work on Monday morning and she did not see her pictures or any of her personal belongings on her desk or in her drawers. When she went to her manager to ask what's going on, that's when the manager communicated to her, well, I'm moving you to a different location on the floor. I'm putting you on another team where I think you'll be a better fit. Now, wouldn't it be better if she had a one-on-one conversation with this employee and explain to her her decisions, have an open dialogue, open, transparent communication, and said, I think you'll be a better fit on this other team. I think you will flourish over there. You will add value there. Wouldn't you think that's a better idea than to wait until the day off and let her find out that way? How can she trust her? How can this employee flourish? How can she thrive? She's going to be thinking, what next? So that leads to decreased productivity, because performance is going to be decreased and productivity will be decreased. And when that happens, think about your revenue for your company. Collaborate. Be transparent. This helps you to connect with your teams and provide clarity, and it builds loyalty and trust. These successful Black business owners embrace accountability. First, they hold themselves accountable before they hold their team members accountable. When they themselves make mistakes, they take ownership. They don't try to point fingers and cast blame on someone else. Everything rise and fall on leadership. Dr. John C. Maxwell. So you as a leader should embrace accountability and take ownership for what happens on your watch. Hold your employees accountable for goals, and conduct drives results. Another characteristic is optimism. These strong leaders demonstrate and embrace positivity and confidence that goals can be achieved. And goals can be achieved if you show your teams how to set strategic, smart goals. And you provide them with the training that they need to accomplish these goals so that you can benefit, your organization can benefit. That's a win-win for both. And this energizes and motivates the teams when you are optimistic. You have trust in them. It empowers them. You learn the skill of delegation. First, find team members who you can trust, give them the adequate training, and you can prepare them for delegation. Here is the thing: great leaders create great leaders. You should always be looking to create leaders in your organization. And you empower them to lead others. It builds loyalty, it builds trust, and it heightens morale. You build stronger teams. You have an understanding of a diverse perspective, and this allows connection and inclusion. And speaking of inclusion and diversification, let us dive into the differences and similarities among or across two generations. And these are differences across generations, Gen X's and the Gen Z's. All right? You cannot lead every generation similarly. They have different styles. What I encourage every leader to do is give your employees a personality assessment to identify their personality style, their communication styles, so that you and their strengths and weaknesses. You want to identify those strengths and weaknesses so you can teach them how to lean into their strengths. And those weaknesses, you help to build on it and help them improve. So giving them assessment and identifying their communication style is important. Then you provide them with coaching on how to communicate with people of different styles. Communication preferences across the Gen X and the Gen Zs, they're different. You need to know that you can't use a cookie cutter approach for both generations. They grew up differently. They grew up in different times. Gen Xers value direct and clear communication. They appreciate honest and open, transparent communication from their leaders. They prefer in-person interactions and formal communication channels such as meetings and emails. Those are the Gen X's. The Gen Z's, on the other hand, they're more comfortable with digital communication. You see, they are tech savvy. They're raised in the digital age. They often prefer instant messaging, social media, and video calls as opposed to email and formal meetings. They appreciate concise and visually engaging content. However, they still value face-to-face interactions for building that personal connection. Now, how would you lead these two generations when it comes to communication? You should communicate clearly and straightforwardly with Gen X employees, ensuring that information provided through meetings or well-structured emails. But for your Gen Z leaders, should incorporate digital communication tools and platforms while also recognizing the value of occasional in-person interactions just to establish rapport. When it comes to work-life balance with Gen X and Gen Z employees, for Gen X employees, work-life balance is important. They value flexibility and autonomy in their work schedules. They're often seeking stability and security in their careers, and they aim to balance their professional and personal lives. All right? The Gen Zs, they place a strong emphasis on work-life integration. They want you to integrate both. They're comfortable with technology, and they blur the lines between work and personal life. They seek meaningful and flexible working environment and working arrangements. They value opportunities to learn and grow. More than the Gen X's, the Gen Z workers highly valuable work-life balance, and they prioritize it in their careers. They grew up watching millennials hustle in jobs with poor work-life integration, and Gen Zs tend to find greater equilibrium. Another thing, surveys have shown flexibility is one of the most desirable work attributes for Gen Zs. They want flexibility. They want to have a fluid work schedule between remote and office work so that they can effectively manage their personal lives. Personal life is very important to our Gen Zs because they feel that with digital connectivity, they see no reason why they can't work productively from anywhere at non-traditional times. For example, they don't see why they can't start early, then log off their computers, enjoy their personal life, and log on later in the evenings, as long as they're getting the work done. They want that fluidity. They desire roles that engage their passions and provide meaning. For them, it's not just a job. They want meaningful work, and it's about purpose for the Gen Zs. They are not willing to sacrifice their values or their relationships or their well-being for work. They seek employment that aligns with their lifestyles and their interest. Rather than deriving their entire identity from work, Gen Zs consider their jobs as just one aspect of a rich, multidimensional life. They are spearheading cultural shift away from a constant hustle. All right. So organizations that provide Gen Z's flexibility and purposeful work and reasonable workloads will have high engagement levels. That's what they want. And if they don't get it, you're going to have a high turnover in your organization. How would you lead them? Leaders should respect the work-life balance preferences of Gen X by providing flexible scheduling options and supporting their need for stability. With the Gen Zs, you should offer opportunities for skill development and provide work environment that allows for work-life integration. Recognize that they might appreciate different ways of working. So the Gen Xs, they want a work-life balance, and the Gen Zs, they want work-life integration. The next thing is feeding your feedback and recognition. Let's look at how the Gen Xs approach that as well as the Gen Zs. Gen Xers value recognition for their experience, expertise, and contributions. They appreciate constructive feedback and opportunities for growth. They view regular feedback to understand their progress and areas for improvement. So they welcome regular feedback because they want to see how they're progressing. Gen Zs, on the other hand, they seek frequent feedback and recognition for their efforts, and they appreciate both positive reinforcement and constructive criticism. They are motivated by opportunities to learn and advance quickly in their roles. Wow. Now, as a business owner and leader, how should you approach your leadership style with them? You should provide consistent feedback and recognition to your Gen Xs acknowledge their experience, and provide opportunities for professional development. On the other hand, for your Gen Zs, you should offer timely feedback and highlight their achievements and provide a clear pathway for growth within the organization. So there's a difference in how you lead Gen Xs and Gen Zs. Let's look at the leadership style, how Gen Xs and Gen Zs view leadership styles. Gen X responds well to hands-on leadership approach that provides clear expectations and guidelines. They appreciate leaders who are knowledgeable and experienced, and they respect a collaborative leadership style effectively. That works well for the Gen Xs. Collaboration. The Gen Zs, on the other hand, they value inclusive and participatory leadership. They want to be involved in how you lead them. They respond positively to you if you're open to their ideas and encourage innovation, and if you provide a sense of purpose for them. They appreciate you if you give them access and if you are approachable. So when leading Gen Xs, you would need to adjust your leadership approach. Exhibit a hands-on approach when you're working with your Gen Xs. But for your Gen Zs, you want to encourage a participatory leadership style that fosters creativity and involve them in your decision-making and communicate the greater purpose of their work. Remember, the Gen Zs, they want work that is meaningful, that aligns with their passion and their purpose. So keep that in mind. All right. Technology usage. Gen X employees, they adapt to technology because we all have to embrace technology no matter what generation we are in, right? But the Gen Xs may struggle a bit with the newer platforms. I know I did, but I'm there now. The Gen Zs, they are tech savvy. We call them the digital natives, and them to help we're struggling. They rely heavily on technology. They want you to communicate with them with using technology. They make sure they are well versed on all the different devices. In fact, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she was struggling with her computer. She called her 14-year-old granddaughter, and she was there. She got on the computer and she pressed a few buttons and she was done. She had her grandmother up and running. This is what they do. This is who they are. They are digital natives. The Gen Zs are passionate about social causes and justice, and they are about making an impact. They are activists. They are assertive. Gen Zs are more assertive and forthright. And why is that? They grew up with social media. They're very comfortable publicly expressing their views, and they advocate for change. Now, I grew up in an era where I was told that children should be seen and not heard. And I took that literally. Even I'm a very talkative person, but when I'm told that, because growing up in the Caribbean, you're raised differently. You should be seen and not heard. And that causes a lot of children to shrink back. And I shrunk back a little. But then I learned to live according to who I know I am and whose I am. Gen Zs believe their voices deserve to be heard. So you telling a Gen Z they should be seen and not heard, that's not going to work well with them. They are advocate, they speak up. Back then, the same problems that we face in the workplace Millennials and Gen X's faced them, but they were not outspoken. They did not speak up as much for themselves. But the Gen Zs today, they're very much outspoken. Gen X, they're more skeptical of authority. They will directly question leadership decisions, but in a less confrontational manner than Gen Zs. Gen Zs, they demand responsiveness. If their desires are not addressed, they may escalate advocacy through protest or they quit. Unlike older generations like millennials and Gen X's, Gen Zs expect a dialogue and compromise. While forceful in voicing wants, Gen Zs do value mutual understanding, and they do value reaching solutions together. So even though they may voice their opinion and voice their desires, they want to come to a solution together. So overall, Gen Zs have high expectations for being heard and for influencing outcomes. With social consciousness and causes, Gen Zs are particularly uncompromising. They prize open communication, transparency, and meaningful change. Someone spoke to me the other day and told me that his 13-year-old niece made so much money on Etsy. And that brings me to entrepreneurship and Gen X's and Gen Z's. When it comes to entrepreneurship, Gen X's and Gen Z's embrace that. But Gen X's are motivated by independence and control over their careers, whereas Gen Z's are motivated by passion and projects that embrace creative self-expression. Gen X's will carefully research and build business plans before launching their business. But the Gen Z's, they're more likely to jump in with a minimum viable product to test ideas. Okay? Gen X's use entrepreneurship to capitalize on their experience and expertise, while Gen Z's leverage their youthful energy and digital skills because they're tech savvy. Gen X build networks and partnership carefully over time, while Gen Z, they harness their online networks and influencer marketing. They're out there. They like to express themselves, and they do that in social media. It's who they are. That's their approach. When it comes to Gen X, they seek work-life balance despite the demands of entrepreneurship. But the Gen Z, they accept work-life integration, that is, work-life blend together. Gen Z views failure as a learning opportunity, and they are willing to pivot. So, in summary, to wrap this up, here are some key takeaways. Leaders must embrace a moral authority level of leadership. They should include competency, consistency, courage, and empathy. Organizations that provide Gen Z's flexibility, purposeful work, and reasonable workloads will have high engagement levels. It promotes true work-life integration for Gen Zs, and they deliver returns in innovation, loyalty, and productivity. Work-life integration for them, not a balance. Compared to other generations, Gen Zs tend to be more entrepreneurial. They're comfortable with change, and they insist on aligning their work and their personal lives because they grew up with more economic caution and responded poorer to traditional hierarchical manager style. So offer Gen Z's work that matters, offer them flexibility, and offer them room for growth. That is key for them. It's who they are. They're digital natives. So once you embrace that, you will have happy, loyal team members on your team. I thank you for your attention.
Oh, Miss Marilyn. Oh, that was just wonderful. You gave me some insight and some gems there. Thank you so much for that information around Generation X and Generation Zs. I'm sure all the beautiful people that are watching today will take that into consideration as they move forward with having them in their businesses. Miss Marilyn, how would you want people to get in contact with you going forward? How would people contact you?
They can click on my digital business card, which is meetmerlin.com, meetmerlin.com, or on my website, www.macleadershipsolutionsllc.com, www.macleadershipsolutionsllc.com, or meetmerlin.com.
I love it. You've heard it today here on Black Business Network. Thank you very much, Ms. Marilyn A. Clark, for joining us this afternoon. Genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.
The Black Business Expo mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college from K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen below that should say $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors, as a whole list. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
I'm Kennedy Harris. My genius is being an entrepreneur. I'm the CEO of K-Lock, a company where I develop my very own line of kids supplements. I currently market my multivitamin for kids to help combat weak immunity. During the pandemic, research has shown that having a strong immune system is key to fighting off disease. My vitamins are for kids, but adults can benefit from them as well. I'm adding a proprietary blend to my supplement line. I want to create my own blend so that I have a competitive edge in the marketplace. Staying healthy is important to me so that we live longer and have healthier lives. My website is klockproducts.com. That is K-L-O-C-K. Genius is common.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
Hey, it's your girl Colette V. Smith. The V is for victory. My mama would tell you the V is for Veronica, but it's Colette V. Smith, the NFL's first African-American woman to coach in the history of the National Football League, by way of being the first female in 2017 to coach in New York Jets franchise history. Today, I'm the founder of Believe in You Incorporated. Believe in You Incorporated. I got here because I didn't limit myself. I started thinking freely, living life freely. Don't limit yourself. Unleash your power, the power that God created you to be. and to have. I got here because I didn't just follow a path. I created my own. You can do the same thing. You know why I know this? Because genius is common.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Spiritual Teak, and I'm your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour network showcasing Black businesses, Black owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. I am very excited right now to get ready to introduce to you our next keynote address speaker, B. Jacqueline Jeter. who's recognized as one of the premier leadership experts. B. Jacqueline Jeter is a highly sought after keynote speaker, best-selling author, and transformational growth strategist. She's unarguably one of the most empowering, entertaining, and voices in motivational speaking today. Leveraging over 30 years of leadership experience in the pharmaceutical industry, B. Jacqueline is on a mission to impact audience and train organizations worldwide to identify, address, and eliminate leadership challenges associated with the change management, leadership development, and team building. Her extensive leadership expertise has landed her on major corporate stages across the United States, and her exceptional skills have allowed her to deliver keynotes to some of the most prominent corporations in the industry. B. Jacqueline has also delivered heart-stirring keynote speeches on live and virtual international stages for other large audiences. B. Jacqueline is a compelling thought leader who champions the empowerment of women around the world, providing opportunities to build courage, confidence, and connections throughout workshops, resources, education, and coaching. In line with her passion for assisting women, succeed, B. Jacqueline founded Growth, Lead, and Prosper, a global personal and professional training and leadership development company focused on equipping women with skills and strategies to conquer limited mindsets that deter them from operating in their purpose and full potential. She has authored several best-selling books, including You Are Enough, alongside legendary powerhouse speaker Les Brown. Recognized as an influential figure, B. Jacqueline holds several degrees and boasts a 3-decade career as a consummate pharmaceutical scientist in global drug research and development program management. She is an independent certified leadership coach, teacher, speaker with Maxwell Leadership, a certified neuroscience coach, and neuroleader, as well as an ordained minister. B. Jacqueline is a visionary who has been recognized with numerous certifications and awards for her leadership, her commitment, and her contributions to the community, specifically the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. Her work has been featured on the news, talk shows, radio podcasts, in leading newspapers and magazines globally. Let me introduce Ms. B. Jacqueline Jeter to the Black Business Network. Oh my goodness. Miss B. Jacqueline, I had such a mouthful. My cheeks start to hurt because I'm like, what amazingness that we have here.
I was like, what happened to the screen? Dr. Kelly was pulling me back and forth. So, so sorry for the delay. But thank you for having me today.
Awesome. Awesome. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hi, everybody. My name is B. Jacqueline Jeter, as was noted. And I have a question for you right now. I hope it doesn't offend you. Or I really have a suggestion. And I hope it makes you think. And this suggestion is, if you're an entrepreneur, whether you're aspiring, whether you're established, or whether you're in the middle, whether you're deciding, should I leave this spot or should I just keep going? Whatever you're thinking about in this situation is entrepreneurship. Whether you have a 9-to-5 career like me and growing a business, no matter your department of entrepreneurship, allow me to suggest this one thing. Mind your business. And you may be taken aback by that. I don't mean that in a bad way, that you may have taken it. What I mean by that is that to mind your business, to make sure that you are focused on the key crux of it so it can be successful. And being an entrepreneur is really one of the most oxymoronic things to do. It's oxymoronic to leave a job that you have security in, so to speak, where you have a check coming in every 2 weeks, every 15th and 30th, every once a month, or how often you used to get paid, or to just launch out into the deep end somewhere that you have nothing, you know nothing about. It is definitely something that to be considered entrepreneurship is, and it's not for the faint of heart. You're going to go out with your full abilities to go to a venture, to a space that may never have been trailed before. You're going to be everything. You're going to go from a place where you had some support. Maybe you had an admin, maybe you had this, maybe you had that, you had colleagues. You're going to go to a place where you are everything from the janitor to the CEO. And a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs bootstrap their businesses, which means they take money from their savings they may have on hand or their 401k or wherever to build up from the ground up and pour their blood, sweat, and tears into it because they believe they have the solution for the problem that you're facing. Entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. And I've said that before, and you'll hear me say that again. And therefore, there's such a thing as having an entrepreneur mindset. And I want to chat briefly with you about that today. I'm a transformational growth strategist and mindset strategist, and I equip women, as was said before, women in organizations to identify those blocks that keep them bound from being that totally productive and totally prosperous and totally successful entity they are, and assist them to craft a solution and then empower them to execute on that said solution. So in other words, I help you ice your leadership, ice your success. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of what an entrepreneurial mindset really is and some things about growth mindset and fixed mindset, I want to share with you some interesting and maybe startling statistics. Top small business failure statistics. Over 22% of new small businesses and startups survive. Only 22% of new small businesses and startups survive their first year in business. Only 22%. 30% of U.S. businesses fail in the second year. Half of all small businesses in America, half of them fail in the first 5 years. Around 70% of small business owners fail in their 10th year. 25% of small businesses will last 15 years or more. Every year, 600,000 new small businesses start in the U.S. And approximately 90% of startups will fail. Roughly only 60% of new businesses overcome the second year hurdle. And 42% of those small businesses fail because people did not want what they were selling. Nearly 30% of small businesses fail because they ran out of cash. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, more than 20% of small businesses in the U.S. end up failing within a year, as I said before. And around 5 years, that's at 50%. And after 10 years, only 30% are still running. So once you pass that 15-year mark in business, you still only have a 25% chance of surviving. Surprisingly, business failure rates are relatively consistent over time. So are you still tuned in? Are you still there? I know those are really startling, but it should drive home the need and the importance of being able to, of needing an entrepreneur mindset. One would need to be able to not only think different, but to think differently as an entrepreneur. I want you to consider this. You're building your dream house. It could be at the lake, it could be in the mountains, it could be a mansion, it could be whatever your dream house is. Get that in your mind right now. Your perfect dream house. You've got everything together. The specs are perfect. Everything is everything you want. The landscape is exquisite. Everything inside is exactly the way you want it. That chair, that sofa, that rug, everything is where you want it to be. It is perfect. Now imagine coming home or waking up and you're looking at a big hole in the ground. Everything's collapsed into this hole. I'm going to let that sit there for a minute while you get the visual of that. Your dream is now just sucked into a hole. You see, the reason why it probably collapsed is because the foundation of it was not sure. The first thing that happens when building a home is they go and prepare the ground to be able to support the house that's going to sit there. They prepare the ground, that they put in the footings, they put it, and they lay the foundation. They map it out and they lay the foundation. And then they wait for the foundation to kind of set a little bit. And then they start building. What is the point of building your dream home when you don't have a good foundation? The same thing goes for when you're building your business. When you don't have the right foundation or a good foundation, over the years, those statistics could be yours, where you're looking at a failure. And even with a good foundation, the same thing could happen. Over time, with a good foundation, even in a home, you'll see cracks in the ceiling. You may see a crack here, or maybe a door doesn't close normally the way it used to, it may stick or something like that. Or maybe a pin rolls across the table when it used to stay static. Those are clues that tell you that something in the foundation has shifted, and it probably needs to be looked at. It may not be anything major, but you do need to do an assessment of what it is, right? The same thing happens with our lives, with our jobs, with our businesses. And as entrepreneurs, you have to notice the signs. But first, the first thing you need to do is to make sure that your business is built on a sound foundation. So that foundation is the foundation that I'm talking about. It's the foundation of our mind, our mindset. It's the soil which supports the growth of our lives. That is why it's important to have a healthy and positive mindset. The mind is a very powerful tool, and it ultimately determines who you are as a person. It's also known as mindset. This sorry, earrings moved. This frame of mind, it impacts how you make sense of the world as well as of yourself. So in other words, a mindset is a set of beliefs and thoughts which influence the way you handle any given situation. It pretty much dictates your personality, helping you sort out what's what and what's going on around you and what you should do about it. It helps you with your life experiences and things like that. And those life experiences, along with genetics, do come together to help frame your attitudes and beliefs. And since both of those have an important part to play in mindset, it helps you to know that what those two factors are all about. So first off, I'm going to get a little bit about attitude before we get into the entrepreneurial piece. But your attitude is something that how you feel about it, about something, especially when it shows in the way you behave. So your attitude can have different components, such as an emotional component or how something or someone makes you feel. You first want to say, oh, they have a bad attitude about that. That's just how they feel about that situation. Then there's that cognitive component, which is how you or what you think about a subject. That's finally followed by a behavioral component, which shows how you behave when you're confronted by a subject. Then there are your beliefs, and they are merely feelings of certainty about something. Beliefs are based on ideas, and when at a specific point these ideas start to feel certain, they turn into beliefs. So beliefs in turn shape your attitude, which in turn shape your mindset. Attitudes and beliefs then give rise to habits, which are a direct reflection of your mindset as well. I'm going to use a story that I use in many trainings that I've had before in different situations, but it's a story, excuse me, of a young girl who was helping her mother, her grandmother, and her great Gigi prepare for Christmas dinner. And she's looking at all the things, and she's looking at the traditions they have. They look at the way they do certain things. She's watching her mom do the cranberry sauce from scratch, fresh, and she's doing all these things. And she starts to ask questions. She's like, Mama, why does you do this right here? She's, oh, I do this because my mother taught me this. And so they got to the point where they're preparing the ham. And she saw her great Gigi cut off the ends of the ham. She saw her mother cut off the ends of the ham and put it in the pan to cook. And she says, Mommy, why are you cutting out the ends of the ham? And she says, oh, it's a beautiful story. Go ask your grandmother. She knows all the details about it. It's something you're going to need to know for when you get married and cook dinner for your family. So little girl runs to her great grandmother and she says, Gigi, why do you cut off the ends of the ham? And she says, oh, it's a tradition in our family. My mom, your great Gigi, can give you the whole story about it, every jot and tittle. So that way I don't leave anything out. Go ask her. So little girl goes on into the kitchen, into the living room, and asks her great Gigi, great Gigi, why does Mama cut off the ends of the ham? She said that Grandma could tell me and Gigi could tell me, but then they told me that you have the whole story, and I want to know what the whole story is so I can do that when I get married and have a family and cook the ham for Christmas. And her great Gigi looked at her like, story? There's no story. We were poor. And so we had to cut off the ends of the ham to make them fit into the actual pan. My pan wasn't big enough. So you see how our beliefs are shaped by certain things in our experiences, and it may not make sense. So when we're thinking about mindsets, it's always good to ask questions, because a question not asked is a solution not gained. That little girl wanted to know why we're cutting the ham. She thought it was a tradition. Her mother thought it was a tradition. Even her mother thought it was a tradition. And great Gigi goes, my pan wasn't big enough. That's just the solution I had. So our experiences and everything shape our attitudes, our beliefs, and our mindsets about certain things. Now, there are different kinds of mindsets, but there's two kind of key categories, so to speak: a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And the growth mindset term was really coined by a Stanford professor named Carol Dweck. And she wrote a book called Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. And so she talks about how the growth mindset emphasizes the power of learning. So it focuses on strategies that make you better at acquiring new skills and knowledge. Very briefly, a fixed mindset is a static view where you believe that you are either good at something or you're just the way you're going to change it. It's called factor destiny. And on the other hand, a growth mindset is a learning mindset with a dynamic view. That mindset allows you to believe that you can change, improve, prosper, and get better at anything through the right training. It's fairly easy to see that one mindset allows you to explore, grow, and be more content in general, right? And so a growth mindset and entrepreneurial mindset are very, very closely related in that sense. These limiting mindsets may appear to offer more comfort, be easier to follow, and require less effort, but they do come at a cost. Not only do they repel the good that you could do and the good opportunities in life, but they can also hold you back from achieving your full potential. So let's look at the power of a growth mindset and what that does for you. And be thinking about this in an entrepreneurial space and see where there's entrepreneurial places, where entrepreneurship is applicable in this, what I'm going to tell you about. So a growth mindset allows people to view themselves as capable of doing well at almost anything in all settings. When you think about my great nephew is a football player. He is with the Green Bay Packers. And I've watched him from being a young man and his resolve, and a young boy, and his resolve and his mindset is so amazing. No matter what it is. I heard him say in a video, he was doing some training. His trainer had him to do something. It was kind of off. And he said, next time do this. You know, follow what I'm telling you to do. This time do this. He goes, okay, I messed up one time. It won't happen twice. His mindset is so strong, and he corrected what he needed to do, and he excelled at it. And he's always been like that. Him and his brothers have always been like that. I love watching them and how they've taken something, and whenever something comes up with them, whenever a tackle comes up with them, he's a running back, he knows how to shift. And to me, that is a key thing in an entrepreneur mindset. You have to be able to shift, but we'll get to that in a minute. Growth mindset does not consider themselves as restricted by current abilities, but they believe they can do whatever they want as long as they practice. Think about Kobe Bryant. He wasn't the greatest at shooting when he first started basketball, but you've already heard stories about him where he goes into the gym after practice, or he stays after practice, or he used to stay after games and go in and shoot 400 or more. Look at Steph Curry, how he used to just go and shoot free throws. And that's why Kobe is a legend, God rest his soul. And Steph is known as the three-point man. I mean, you think about that. I love sports, so I kind of know those pieces. But if you don't, just Google them, because Google will tell you pretty much everything. When you think about sports fanatics, when you look at Serena, she didn't just wake up one morning and go start hitting a tennis ball. She didn't have an easy entry into tennis for many reasons, but she rose to the levels of who she is because of her mindset. She wasn't undefeated her whole entire life. She took some defeat, but she took that defeat and she learned from it and she got better. A growth mindset does that. And that is key in entrepreneurship. Because remember, challenges are going to happen. If they haven't happened to you yet, just hold on, because they're going to come. So a growth mindset helps you to look at so many things with optimism. The optimism and creativity indicate a growth mindset, which will also empower you to gain strength in several things. A growth mindset allows you to believe that their basic abilities can develop through hard work and dedication, that our brains and talents are merely starting points, and they allow us to build on this. The key thing about having a growth mindset is that person is willing to try out new things because you know your success depends on your effort and not your innate ability. You're not focused on avoiding failure because you believe that if you do poorly, you can improve and succeed next time. Case in point, I just gave you some. Plus research, I'm a scientist, so I got to throw some research in there, right? Research also indicates that growth mindset allows people to navigate stress and challenges better and lead to higher levels of well-being. A growth mindset offers a sense of fulfillment. So unlike that fixed mindset, one of the most obvious benefits of a growth mindset are the endless opportunities to be availed. With a growth mindset, you continually pursue betterment, and it's followed by a sense of achievement and fulfillment. And a sense of achievement is also a precursor for a higher standard of excellence. And in the process, you learn that success is a continuous work rather than instant gratification. So a growth mindset, as well as having that entrepreneurial mindset together, develops resilience. How much resilience do you think you're going to need as an entrepreneur? I'm pausing on purpose because a growth mindset lets you develop resilience. When you face challenges or a setback, your mindset takes a more positive approach in handling these. For instance, let's think about COVID. If you had a business or started a business or whatever your entrepreneurship journey was at COVID, if you didn't have resilience, you're not in business now, or you had to pivot so deeply that you wanted to quit. The pandemic should have taught us a lot more, and hopefully it did teach us a lot about how we need to always be ready. One of my business mentors always says, be ready so you don't have to get ready. Having your systems in place and having the automation in place for your business. During COVID or right after the pandemic, and tomorrow will be 2 years. Wow. 2 years ago, basically, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And my business, I'm a sole proprietorship, and my business is coaching and speaking. So if I'm going through chemo and things like that, I can't be coaching and speaking. Well, I wasn't prepared for the pandemic, and I lost revenue because I didn't have my digital courses already set there so I could send and things automated. So my resilience was a little low, but I'm resilient. I'm bouncing back now, and those things are in place and getting in place. So you see how important it is to have a growth mindset and entrepreneur's mindset, and how important the key thing of resilience is to an entrepreneur. It is important. I want you to think about this. Again, I'm a coach, I'm a strategist, and I'm also a scientist, and I'm a teacher. So I want you to think about this. I want you to write this down. If you're driving, don't do it because no one needs you to be out on the side of the road. But if you have an opportunity, write down these things about how can I make myself more resilient? How can I employ a more entrepreneurial or growth mindset to my business right now? Where are the leaks? Where are the places that are gaps? Where's that Swiss cheese hole that I need to fill in case something else comes up? Because nobody had ever had an experience with a pandemic. And we thought the pandemic was going to last for like a few months. And we see we're still feeling the effects of it because COVID is here to stay. Things have opened back up, but there's still, we're just now really trying to getting to a space where we can actually move forward as we were before. 2019 is no more. Life before COVID is a distant memory. So what are you doing in your business, and how are you thinking about your business right now? Are you minding your business? I hope so. So another thing that having a growth or entrepreneurial mindset does is that it guards against or buffers against demotivation. People with a growth mindset or entrepreneurial mindset seek out opportunities and challenges to engage them rather than get satisfied with the results they have. I made $100,000. I hit 6 figures. Yay. They look at ways to go from low 6 figures to mid 6 figures to high 6 figures to 7 figures. This means that being motivated to do more, being more process oriented rather than purely result oriented. People like this thrive when they are in the process of doing something. The process presents a learning opportunity and it stimulates them and drives us, I say them, but I'm saying us, drives us on to do even more. So think about that. It also encourages perseverance. A growth mindset or entrepreneurial mindset demands perseverance. Whether there's a pandemic or not, you got to be persevering in entrepreneurship because you're not going to be the only one. It may be you and 10,000 other people who have a t-shirt business, but you have to be very strategic and persevere through those challenges where you have an up market, down market. The focus of a growth mindset is not to concentrate on what happens to you, but on what happens for you. So perseverance also means kicking fear of failure out the door. You may go to a conference and see someone else is vending something similar to you. You may have the inclination to say, I'm just going to pack up and leave because they're doing the same thing and they look like they're set up better. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to compete with them. I'm not going to be able to make the money I projected in my KPIs. Perseverance of a growth mindset helps you to kick that fear out the door and say, they're going to do their revenue, but I'm going to focus on mine. This amounts to taking chances when opportunities present themselves and to not limit yourself in an overly cautious or paranoid life. Tenacity is also part of that. It's an essential ingredient for having a entrepreneurial and growth mindset. And since you can't always have 100% success rate with every challenge you tackle, tenacity will help you reflect on your failures in the right manner. Not looking at it like I failed, but looking at it like a growth mindset would and say, what happened here and how can we make it better? What was the root cause of this happening? Should we have a bigger table, smaller table? Should we have had more digital things? What can we have done to make this a better outcome that we expected? Failure to find a solution usually opens up an opportunity for you to work on your skills and learn something new. That's what a growth mindset says. A fixed mindset would say, oh, well, that's what happens. This is what I expected. So it's always going to happen. I'm never going to make more than this kind of money in my life. I'm never going to be bigger than this. But we have an entrepreneurial and a fixed growth mindset. So we won't ever say that, right? Because why? Because genius is common. And so when people hit a wall, they either make an excuse or simply give up. However, a person with a growth mindset realizes that failure is inevitably a component of achieving that success. It's that launch pad. So one key thing to do someone with an entrepreneurial mindset does is when they're looking at their business, and hopefully you're reviewing your business, not just your revenue and where you are quarterly. You set your goals quarterly and you look at them. I look at my things monthly. Did I meet my KPIs for the month? If I said in September, I'm expect to have 10K in revenue and I didn't, let's look at what happened there and recalibrate and try to absorb that further down. So as you look at those plans across in that quarter, or however often you look at it, don't just set a goal in January. Look at your goal setting really in November so they can be ready in January. And look at your goals, make micro goals. If you want to make $1 million overall in 2024, what are the micro goals to get you there? And look at those and make sure you're focused on that. That's what a growth and entrepreneurial mindset does. It looks at things over time. It exercises or promotes critical thinking. So when you talk about learning, making mistakes is a must because it forces you to identify where the mistake happened or where the issue happened or disconnect happened. And that helps you not only pinpoint a solution, but also develop the critical thinking and another solution for getting through it. Right? So, you still with me? Are you minding your business? I hope so. You hear the cliche a lot of times, practice makes perfect. So not to overuse that, but a growth mindset does, practice does indeed make perfect, or more accurately, a lot better at what you get a lot better at what you practice. So since the growth mindset is triggered by a more dedication for learning as opposed to yearning for approval, practice and effort promote qualities like creativity and intelligence. You're going to have a lot of creativity if you're going to be an entrepreneur. Because like I said before, most oftentimes you are the janitor and the CEO. Individuals with this mindset neither get discouraged by failure, nor they consider themselves as failing, but as learning. Another key thing about entrepreneur or growth mindset is innovation. You have to be innovative. When I say the names of these companies, what do you think about? And you can put it in the comments. I think you can put comments in YouTube, or you can just think about it and put it on your paper or whatever you're doing. But when I think about Sears, Blockbuster, Circuit City, Bed Bath and Beyond, most recently, 9 times out of 10, if you look back at how the processes went for them, they probably did not innovate. I remember reading an article about Sears, and the president there was saying that we are Sears. They went off their name. We're Sears. We have the Sears catalog. I don't know if you were like me, but when I was little, I get the Sears catalog. Me and my friends were doing, we'd be circling. I want this. I want that. And you had the whole catalog circled up, right? Because it was just it was a dream book. It was a wish book in a lot of ways. There's all those things you weren't getting, but it was a wish book, and that was a big thing. Is the Sears catalog. When that came in the mail, it was like, oh, it was awesome. And so Sears had a great reputation then. But what they didn't realize, what they didn't make note of, was with all the growth coming around them and the innovations coming around them, they didn't shift appropriately. Their market share, they didn't shift their projections, they didn't shift their KPIs, they didn't shift enough to be able to impact. They went on the whole adage that we're Sears. And now you don't see Sears. So are you going to be a Sears? Or are you going to be Amazon? Good question. So mindset is important because it's in everything that we do. Your individual mindset can open doors for you, or also can set serious limitations based on your beliefs, we talked about before, and approach in different scenarios. So that means that your mindset can help you spot opportunities that can equally trap you in self-defeating cycles. But the stories that you tell yourself and the things that you believe about yourself can go either way. So as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to divest that employee mindset. Now, I still am an employee. I still have my 9 to 5. And so I have to switch off hats at the end of the day. I took off this afternoon, so I'm not infringing on any kind of time. But I have to switch those hats off because I have to be able to get in the right mindset. Because as an employee, I have support, I have this, I have that, I have all the accoutrements. As an entrepreneur, I'm everything. And again, as I said before, things changed in business, in business a lot during COVID. There was this thing called the Great Resignation, and those people, there was like 4 million people left their job, like in March or July, or maybe both, of 2020. For various reasons. Some were laid off because the companies were not prepared for a pandemic in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And some decided, I think I'm going to pursue something else right now. Needless to say, a lot of them didn't understand the difference between employee and entrepreneurship because one of the news stations locally had talked to someone. They said, well, I'm looking to go back to my former job or to something similar because I started a business, but it just didn't go well. They weren't prepared mentally. They weren't prepared because they were having their sons do this and somebody else do printing and this and this. And so they weren't prepared for that situation. They didn't have the right systems or things in place. And that was probably because of not having the right mindset regarding it. Let's look at what Forbes says about an entrepreneurial mindset. An entrepreneurial mindset is a set of beliefs, thoughts, processes, and ways of viewing the world that drives entrepreneurial behavior. So typically entrepreneurs firmly believe it's possible to improve their life situation and live life on their own terms. They also believe in their adaptability and their ability to learn, grow, adapt, and succeed. So the mindset of successful entrepreneurs is much different than the traditional mindset of an employee. Innovation, as I said before, is a key element. Peter Drucker summed this up with the entrepreneur mindset, and he said that regarding innovation, he said it defines the entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. The entrepreneur always searches for change, responds to it, and exploits it as an opportunity. Entrepreneurs' goals, desires, and driving force center on implementing a new idea or launching a new business. While they expect success to drive their great financial benefits, the financial rewards are just that, a benefit or a bonus resulting from a bigger expected achievement of establishing a new enterprise. So it's not about, I can make $1 million off of this. It's like, how many people can I help in this situation? And then the money comes later. An entrepreneur is focused on being the mastermind of their business venture. The fact that they can bring home some new organization or product and to be built from the ground up is the primary motivation. Think about, why did you start your business? Think about that. Why'd you start it? Those with entrepreneurial mindsets construct their own plans, and they draw the success based on their own thoughts and opinions. They're not trying to climb a corporate ladder. What they're doing is they are focusing on bringing innovation. Those who work from an employee mindset are focused on the big piece of the big picture, while the entrepreneur owns the big picture. While those in employment, as myself, seek leadership, and we are great leaders, it's the leadership under the tenets of an already defined structure. As an entrepreneur, you're the visionary. It's a blank slate. You're the visionary of your business. You're all those things unless you have employees. Like I said before, you're either the janitor all the way to the CEO. So those are the kind of things to think about. The entrepreneur mindset is conditioned to accept accountability in all situations. If something happens, it's me. Go see finance. Well, I'm the finance department. Okay, go see HR. Well, I'm the HR department. You're everything. So regardless of the root cause of the problem, an entrepreneur must drive the solution, because in the end, it is their enterprise, and they both must get it going to keep it running by using the talents and the resources they have. As a visionary, entrepreneurs create and own the ladder of their success for the organization. They determine how many rungs are going to be there, how wide each rung is, how short it is, how whatever it is. I'm going to have 5 employees, 1 employee, 10 employees, 100 employees. It depends on the success of your business. But you have to be able to be ready and focused to grow in that space. Because a lot of times we're not. A lot of times we're thinking, I thought when I made this money, it would go here. But you have to remember this. Entrepreneurs need to understand, and you do understand this, that when you have revenue come in, a lot of times you have to reinvest that into the business to make it what it is. So you might not be replacing that corporate salary immediately. Making 100K to replace the 100K you have, that's been happening consistently. And an entrepreneur mindset knows that I've got to show some consistency and be able to look at where the gaps are, to be able to make sure that I am comparing apples and apples and not apples and pomegranates. Those kind of things that may send people back to corporate America when things they didn't realize or they didn't project or plan for. Entrepreneurs are typically, and there's nothing with going back to corporate America or being in corporate America and growing your business. Again, that is me. I'm just saying, for you as an entrepreneur, what is going to be your mindset of making sure your business is set up on the right foundation to ensure that it is viable and it doesn't fall into one of those statistical categories. Entrepreneurs are typically confident enough with their vision and abilities that they are not intimidated by the skills of the people they employ. A good leader knows that they don't have to know everything. They put experts around them who know the things they don't know, or maybe even some of the things they do know. But they're able to coalesce those efforts and coalesce those talents in order to take the vision forward and to be able to vision cast for the whole group. An entrepreneur has to be a great leader, but that's another presentation. They don't fear that anyone on the team can easily replace them. And fear and competitive concern is not a concern for an entrepreneur. So those with entrepreneurial mindsets welcome the input of the smartest, sharpest individuals available and rely on those people without fear to take the vision and transform it into reality. Entrepreneurs are confident enough to learn and to lean on others to implement that vision. Therefore, entrepreneurs understand when things don't work, they must quickly look at the mistakes, find ways to use them for the good of the planned endeavor, and make sure that they're able to implement that with leadership and finesse that they need to. I want to share with you a quote from Thomas Edison. He says, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." An entrepreneur has to have that kind of mindset. It's not a failure. It's just another opportunity for you to look at ways that's not working right now. I always say that don't give up, but there are some things that you do need to quit. Think about that. Don't give up, but there are some things that you need to quit. And that's part of my quit method I take people through, because there's some things that we have to do. And we have to be, again, flexible and agile, having that mindset as an entrepreneur to be able to shift when it needs to be shifted. because it may not be the right environment at that time. Think about those companies I mentioned before. Look at the environment we are in now, post-COVID, pre-COVID, and things that were going on during the times that those companies folded. They didn't make the shifts that need to be happen, and now they're no longer around. I'll tell you a story real quickly about some time. Real quickly about a situation in my yard. My landscaper, he planted this really nice bush. It's been there for a while, and it was growing to me. It looked really nice, and I said, I like this bush. He goes, yeah, Miss Jack, I want to let you know I'm going to probably have to move this bush. I'm going to tell you about this. And I said, well, what's wrong with it? He said, it looks like it's growing, but because of how long it's been planted and how old it is, it should be like twice the size it is. So I was looking at the things and looking at how much sun it gets in the soil and everything, and it's not in the right environment for it to flourish. So I'm going to have to move it to the other side of your backyard. And he's the tree, grass, everything whisperer. So I thought, okay, fine, that's fine to do. You can do that. And he's, well, I want to caution you. At first, when you see that bush, it may look like it's dying or it's not thriving. But once it adjusts to the pH of the soil and to the right, and to the breeze, and to the right elements of that in its new environment, it will flourish. And it'll probably overtake where it was supposed to be right now. And literally, it looked like it was going to die in a few days. And then about a week later, it was bigger than it was when it was on that side. And then another week later, then a month later, it was gigantic. He had to come and trim it back. So when we're in the right entrepreneur mindset, we have to sometimes change our environment, especially if we're not expecting the growth. You may say, well, I don't have these things. I didn't do all this stuff and I have a good business. I'm making 6 figures. But what if your business is supposed to be making 7? Making that shift can be all the difference in the world to the viability of your business, like the viability of that bush. Because we had moved that bush, it would eventually probably end up dying because it would not have had all the nutrients and all the things that it needed. And that's key when you have an entrepreneur mindset. Resilience is key. Innovation is key. Experience and knowledge are key with the entrepreneurial mindset. So I want to leave you with these 3 things. It's important to be able to shift and to know when you need to, not to look at failures as failure, but to look at them as launching pads for innovation. An entrepreneurial mindset embraces innovation. It doesn't look at a situation and say, well, that's just how it's going to be. Let's scrap that. It looks at where there may be some situations where you can pick out the good pieces and recalibrate them and make it a better situation and make it a better platform. Make it a better t-shirt, make it a better book, make it a better whatever you give, make it a better course, whatever it is that you give. It's important that you look at your failure and realize that it helps you to reassess your priorities. A setback is only a temporary hurdle. You learn to look beyond it. You start anew, reordering things that are most important, and you shuffle things around and you move to the right environment, the right pH to get the ultimate growth of your business. So since the entrepreneurial mindset centers on constant evolution and improvement, you realize that what you valued 10 years before is not what you value today. It's a constant work in progress that helps you to move ahead, leaving setbacks behind. So don't let your failure define you, because you will. I keep talking failure because we will fail in our business. There's no business that's 100% perfect. You will fail in that business, but don't let it be a setback. Let it be something that pushes you forward. And as you embrace the entrepreneurial mindset, remember, you need flexibility. Like that bush I'd be flexible and tell him, I could have told my landscaper, no, leave the bush where it is. It's okay where it is. I don't want to risk it. Entrepreneurs take risk. Entrepreneurship is a risk. So with the right mindset, that risk turns into reward. With flexibility, failure is an effective way to realize the need for change in your plans or strategies. So while it's important to have a good plan in business and success, you still have to be able to understand it's not set in stone. Again, the pandemic should have really taught us that. So think about what you learned from the pandemic. What did you learn about your business? Where are there gaps you need to fill in? And where do you need to implement a more entrepreneurial mindset in your business so that you can position it to be solve the problems that it was created to solve, and to be a lasting legacy, not just for you, not just for your family, but for those that you serve. Warren Buffett said this: someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Entrepreneurs are forward thinking. So as you think forward, successful entrepreneurs know that big goals take a long time to achieve. So they start with their goal and they work backward or reverse engineer it every step of the way. If I want this, I got to do that. But to do this, I need to do that, and so on. And they keep working, and you keep working, and you keep working till those rewards come. So again, a recap on some of the key elements of success for your foundation include a growth mindset, awareness, innovation, flexibility, and resilience. Successful entrepreneurs know that awareness is key. Having an entrepreneurial mindset will allow you to think, act, and perceive the world differently from the average worker, from the average person, setting the foundation for your success. And just like any other mindset, you can't develop an entrepreneurial mindset overnight. But by understanding some of the key entrepreneurial traits and watch your behavior and learn how to think like an entrepreneur, knowing that successful entrepreneurs are always learning and always recalibrating, you will be successful in what you do. Thank you. I can't hear you.
I'm so excited. I'm on mute. I'm going to call you Miss Jackie. I said, oh my goodness. You dropped so many gems. I was sitting here like, So thank you so much for that inspiration about entrepreneur growth mindset. It's just powerful, the things you said. It really landed because I'm visual. You start talking about, the bush, and then moving environments, and then having and seeing how it just flourished just by that simple shift from one side of the yard. It's power in everything that you were saying. And I was just inspired by hearing you speak. And I'm excited. I can't even get all my words out. Miss Jackie, how do people let me slow down because I'm so I'll keep it real. I'm gonna slow down. How do we have people on the Black Business Network that's been watching this and watching the replay? How do they get in contact with you?
You can get in contact with me via social media. I am B. Jacqueline Jeter on Facebook, Instagram, on LinkedIn. I'm Barbara Jacqueline Jeter on Instagram. My website should be dropping any day now, and it's bjacquelinejeter.com. Or you can even email me at jacqueline@growleadandprosper.com.
Oh, you have it there. You better watch out. I'll be emailing you too. Thank you so much for everything that you have shared today. Genius is coming, and we'll see you on the other side. The Black Business Expo mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college for K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to the www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that's on the screen below, and it should say $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops up to $5,000 to students, and students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank all of our Black Business Expo USA sponsors: NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Ritchie Coaching and Training, Carolina Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Mullane Shaney Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here. And Princess Nia is based off of my daughter. And she wants to be the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
So what we have to do is when we get in a spot, we need to create some spots for us. That's the main thing. We need to be able to be in a position where we're able to create those spots for us. For me, being an entrepreneur, I'm not just going to get a business and then leave you sitting high and dry. If you ask me some questions about entrepreneurship, I'm going to give you as much as I received. I've seen people who made it, and then when you ask them, it's like, okay, now you have to pay me for the information, the same information I got for free. We probably in totally different cities. There's no way that we're going to bump heads or anything. We're not competing. Bring me up with you. And so I just think that whatever education that I have, then I need to be able to give that to my own as well. So create the spots. You can create the spots when you get there.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet. And there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S. African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. Diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, proved that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why Be Direct was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to Be Direct's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business life cycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, Be Direct Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African, continental, and country-specific, integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training, masterclasses led by African industry execs, and mentoring and coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to Be Direct Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
In the heart of America, there are dreams waiting to be realized. Dreams of owning a home, creating a haven for families, and building a future. Yet, there are 13 million mortgage-ready home buyers and nearly 20 million renter households who have the credit and income to qualify for a mortgage but remain left out of the home buying process. These potential home buyers are in urban and rural America, where dreams should flourish. The big banks, the giants of finance, have all exited the mortgage lending business, decreasing their lending footprints across America. They are no longer present and active in these communities. Instead of offering opportunities for home ownership, some of these banks have chosen a different path. They have decided to become mega landlords. They have chosen to invest billions of dollars in rental homes, leaving potential home buyers with fewer options and stuck in a cycle of renting without the chance to build equity and create a legacy for their families. Here is the shocking truth. A report issued by the Home Ownership Council of America revealed that if lenders were to step forward and serve this underserved market, they could conservatively increase their loan volume by $1.5 trillion. $1.5 trillion. This is a $1 trillion business opportunity, ripe for the taking. That's why I Have a Dream Home is here. We support the American dream of home ownership in urban and rural America. We believe in the power of social consciousness and the impact it can have on people's lives. Investing in urban and rural America is not just good business sense. It's a moral imperative. Our mission is clear. Become the go-to mortgage lender in these communities. Create a pathway to home ownership for all Americans. Breaking the cycle of poverty by empowering families to build wealth, stabilizing our communities, and taking pride in our country. I Have a Dream Home. Unlocking dreams, transforming communities, and rewriting the story of American home ownership. For more information, scan the QR code or visit our website at www.ihaveadreamhome.gold.
I was born in a little village on the island of Haiti. Many deadly diseases pounded me. It is as if they were on a mission to end my existence on this earth. I refused to give up. In 1983, I left Haiti and came to the United States of America. And I came with $5, 2 shirts. I didn't speak in English. I came to Atlanta. I got a job. I was a doorman. I was a doorman with a dream. What I used to come on stage. I'd rehearse this moment that I'm standing in front of you. That's the power of a dream. Maybe today is the day you begin acting as if you already have it. And then step out with full force. Take a risk. No condition is permanent. Don't let your situation distract you. You are chosen. You are called. You are born for a purpose in this life.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Spiritual Teak, and I'm your business moderator for this afternoon on Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, Black owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. I am very happy to present to you our next keynote address speaker, Dr. T.L. Holmes. Dr. T.L. Holmes is nationally respected digital marketing strategist, author, marketing software developer, and social media expert. Dr. T.L. Holmes is pouring his 20 plus years of professional experience and rare passion for pulling the best out of people into his new company, Nexus Media Group, Nexus Media Enterprise Incorporated. This is a unique software development company offers user-friendly cloud-based software products that help small businesses, corporations, website developers scale their company and digital assets in a major way. I present to you Mr. Dr. T.L. Holmes.
Hello. How are you doing?
Hi, Dr. T.L. Holmes. It's great to have you this evening, or this afternoon. It's evening for me.
Awesome. Great to be here. Listen, the times and days run together, right?
Well,
This is the Olympics, okay?
Absolutely. Black Business Network Olympics. You got it.
Absolutely.
Well, genius is coming. I'll see you on the other side.
Awesome. Hello, America. Hello, world. I am so excited to be with you once again. I count it a privilege to be with the Black Business Network. This is the Olympics. Genius is common. What we have to do is get used to being successful. I think as a people, we plan to fail automatically. Very rarely do we plan to succeed. One of the things that we have to do is we have to practice being successful. We have to practice being ahead. We have to practice being in the front. We have to practice being on top. It's very important that you encourage yourself, even when you get to the point where you want to give up, you want to throw in the towel, that you don't. I'm going to say that one more time. When you feel like it's time for you to stop, it's time for you to throw in the towel, it's time for you to quit, that's the time where it's the least likely time for you to do that. So I'm going to encourage you right off the front, right off the bat, do not quit. Do not stop pursuing your purpose. Do not stop pursuing your destiny. Keep moving forward. The easiest way to move forward is putting one foot in front of the other. You have to keep moving forward. Now, to all of the business owners out there, and I want to talk specifically to those business owners that's just starting out. Maybe you are have launched your business in the wake of this year. Congratulations. Maybe you launched your business at the wake right before COVID hit. Congratulations. One of the things that you've been able to do is survive one of the biggest pandemics, one of the biggest setbacks that could have rocked our entire world here in America, and actually worldwide. So I'm going to say kudos to you, that you're still here, that you are still pushing. Congratulations on your success. I want to talk specifically about developing your digital marketing action plan. I want to give you 5 steps on how to create your digital marketing action plan. Now, this is quite different from a general marketing plan, where you put together your flyer, you put together your social media, and then you send out, posts, and you send out, messages or what have you. That's activity. That's not necessarily a plan. What you want to make sure you do is put together an action plan. Just like you put together your business plan, put together your marketing action plan. Step number 1, what you want to make sure you do is do your research. What does that mean? First step in gathering as much information that you can on your target audience, on your business, on your product, on the services that you are offering. You want to do your research, number 1, so that you know what you're talking about. Number 1, you want to do your research so that you know what you're talking about. Number 2, you want to do the research so you know who you are talking to. Let's say that one more time. You want to do the proper research so that you are knowing who you are talking to. Thirdly, you want to find out what motivates that particular audience. What moves them to take action? One of the things that you don't want people just to get comfortable in is just listen to you talk. You don't want them to just come on your social media platforms just to see what you're going to do next. You want to be able to convert them from prospects to customers. You don't want them sitting on the sidelines, seeing what you're going to do, seeing what you're going to say next. But most importantly, where do these people hang out? That's a part of the research that you need to do when you're talking about, developing your marketing plan. One of the things that's important is finding out, does your audience, do they live on Facebook, or do they live on any other social media platform, or what is the platform that they like to communicate the most? You have people that like Facebook, then you have people that like Twitter, or X as we know it now, and then you also have people that prefer Instagram. So when you are looking for your audience, or you're looking to find out who you are going to impact, you're doing the research that's necessary. You also want to find out, where do they hang out? Some people like emails, some people like blogs. So you want to find out where most of your audience hang out at, and you want to pursue that audience. Step number 2 in your entire digital marketing action plan is set an overall digital marketing objective. Set an overall digital marketing goal. What's an example of an objective? One example could be educating your audience on your product. One of the things that we've done, we just launched a software product called Nexus ADA this year, and it is a software that helps your website convert to being compliant, ADA compliant. ADA stands for Americans with Disability Act. So those individuals that have complications, those individuals that have disabilities that may affect their ability to have a good experience on your website, well, it's the law that you have your website in compliance. And so we've developed the software for that. One of the things that we found out when we started approaching our target audience, which were businesses, is that a lot of businesses did not know what, number one, what ADA stood for, which is American with Disability Act, nor did they know that they had to have their website compliant. We found hospitals that were not compliant. So what we had to do was kind of restructure our message. Number one, who are we talking to? Number two, what are we saying when we talk to them? And so that's very important that you understand what to say to your audience. That's based off of, what is your objective? Are you trying to get people educated, information? Are you trying to get people to utilize your service? Are you trying to get people to book a consultation with you? So you want to be very clear on what is your motive when you are doing your marketing plan for social media or your digital marketing plan. Make sure that your message is very, very clear. That's very important. Number 3, you want to decide on your digital marketing channels. Okay. You want to decide on your digital marketing channels. And this is broken up into 2 parts. Step 3 is broken up into 2 parts. You want to basically know, number 1, where your audience is. That's based off of your research, which is step 1. But more importantly, what channel are you going to impact them or communicate with them with? So you want to know, are you going to use Facebook or Instagram or Twitter? Are you going to use email marketing? Are you going to use content marketing such as blog and stuff of that nature? Now, in most cases, you want to use a combination, right? But the basis of the information that you are sharing with them, you want to know how to share that information on the platform that you're going to choose to use. That's part 1 of step 3. Part 2 of step 3 is understanding what type of campaign will fare the most on that particular platform. What do you mean, Dr. Holmes? Well, in order for you to impact the way that you would want to impact on Facebook, so to say, you would need to capitalize or double down on your paid ads. Paid ads has a profound return once you do it correctly. You have to find out how to use social media correctly. You want to also do the research, making sure that whatever platform you use, there are companies. Maybe you're not proficient in in social media marketing. But there are companies out there that that's all they do is post on your behalf. There is a software that you may want to invest in. It's called Hootsuite. It's called Hootsuite. That software is designed to allow you to schedule your post ahead of time. Now I'm going to say that one more time. The software is called Hoot, Hoot Suite. You want to make sure you do your research on that software or comparable softwares and then learn how to utilize it. I like Hootsuite because I can schedule multiple posts to go out, but I also can schedule it to go out on different platforms. So you want to make sure that you are using platforms that you can do that with. So it's definitely important. One of the things you want to do is you also want to know what your goals are when you are putting together your 5-step marketing plan, digital marketing plan. Case in point, do you want to increase your traffic to your website? Do you want to increase your subscribers to your YouTube page? Do you want to increase your followers on your social media? What is your goal when you talk about putting together a marketing plan? Step 4, which is very important, and that is plan your actions. Plan your actions. You should know exactly what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and why you are doing it. One of the things about, putting together a marketing campaign and implementing that marketing campaign is you have to measure the results. If something is not working, do not keep doing it. If something is not working, do not keep doing it. How do you know if something is working or not? Well, are you getting the results that you're looking for? If you have no plan, you automatically plan to fail. Yes, I'm talking about sitting down and writing a plan, whether you meet with your team, whether you meet with your family, whether you meet with your kids. You want to come up with a game plan for your business when it comes to developing a digital marketing action plan. You also want, not only do you want to have a plan or implement the plan, you also want to measure your plan success. Like I said before, if it's not working, do not continue it. It's very important that you evaluate what you are doing so you're not wasting your time. You want to make sure that every post that you send out, that you're tracking that post. You want to make sure that you are communicating with the people that are responding to the post. And don't just wait to communicate with people that are commenting on your posts. You also want to communicate with people that are liking your posts. There's options for you to tag them or options for you to reply to them. Do that. Engagement is the key when it comes to social media impact. I'm going to say that again. Engagement is the key when it comes to social media impact. You must engage your audience and then send them on the journey that they are looking for. You have to make sure that you connect with them and don't wait on them to connect with you. Okay? If you're waiting on them to connect with you, you're just wasting your time. It's your responsibility as the business owner, it's your responsibility as the service provider to communicate and engage with your audience. Start the conversations. Every time you post, you don't have to sell something. Give information. Give information. You want to make sure that you seed or you sow before you sell. You want to make sure that people are being impacted and people are utilizing what you have to offer, and you get the feedback that you need in order to make whatever adjustments you need to make. And I'm going to say that one more time. You want to make sure that your audience give you feedback because, business is a fluid commodity. It's never going to be, okay, this is the way, and this is how we're going to stay, and this is what we're going to do. And you, regardless of what people say, regardless of how people are what results people are getting, no, you have to be able to adapt to the audience that you're impacting. You can only do that by asking for their feedback. I have people right now on here that's tuning in because I asked them to tune in to let me know how I'm doing as a presenter. Give me feedback so that I can learn how to give you the information you need that you're going to be able to reach your goals. It's important that I reevaluate what I'm doing. I do what I need to do to make sure that my messaging is right, so I can penetrate the audience and impact the audience that I'm impacting. So if you are new in business, if you've been in business for 3 years or less, or 5 years or less, one of the things that you have to do is you have to continue to evaluate your successes. You have to measure your success, and you have to regroup. If something is working, you keep doing it. If something is, just adjust, make your adjustments. If something is not working, stop doing it. You want to find the people that are doing what you're doing and that are successful in what you're doing, and figure out what their secrets are. Figure out what their plans and what their models are, so you can mimic that success. Success is not brain surgery. Success is not some hidden secret. Success is not something that people are trying to back from you, but we have to do the work. We have to do the work as business owners, as service providers, as product providers. We have to do the work that's necessary in order for us to be successful, and as successful as we want to be. Step 5, and again, I want to make sure that I give you some real detailed information that you could take and you can put into action right now. Step 5 is, like I was mentioning, you need to closely monitor your results. Closely monitor your results. When it comes to you putting a plan together, you putting together a website, you putting together, social media posts, you want to look into what is your traffic. Did your traffic increase from the time that you start putting this post out to the time that you are evaluating it? Then if it did, okay, you continue to do that. If you have put a post out and you boost your post, and then your viewers are up, continue to push it. You want to give the information that you want to boost the information that is having the most impact. If you make a post and people are not responding to it, please don't repost that. It doesn't mean people want you to continue to push that. No, you may have to change it up a little bit. Maybe have to reword it. May have to spin it around. But you want to also do what we call split testing. You want to see, what colors work, what messaging work. It may be, how you're wording your document or your post or your flyer. You may need to add video or do a reel to get your message out. You want to make sure that whatever you are doing, you're doing it and it's producing results. So make sure that you check your traffic on your website. You want to also tap into your Facebook analytics, your Google analytics, making sure that you are looking at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. If you are, putting out a message, or you are, working on your digital impact or your digital footprint, and people are not responding, you're not going to magically, get likes out of the air. These are people that are liking your posts, or these are people that are not liking your posts. So you want to make sure you track that. And when you're dealing with Google Analytics, you also have Google Pixels. You also have, Facebook Pixels. And what Facebook Pixels does, it helps you understand where your traffic is coming from. Or when somebody hits your Facebook page and then you lead them to your website, it'll let you, and the analytics or the pixels will let you know that this customer came from Facebook, this customer came from Instagram, or this customer came from X. So you want to make sure that you are tracking your results. So number 5, closely monitor your results. Closely monitor your activity. Closely monitor those things that you're doing so that you know you're not wasting your time. So let's review. Step 1, do your research. Step 2, set an overall digital marketing objective. Set your goals. Number 3, part 1, decide on your digital marketing channels, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, or you can do all 3. If that's your goal, that's your goal, and you stick to it. Like again, I said, you want to make sure that you tap into Hootsuite, because that's a software that you can use that you can schedule all of your posts. So if you're going to schedule posts out for 2 or 3 weeks in advance, you schedule your posts and it automatically will post whatever you want to have posted on the outlets that you want to post them. Hootsuite, it's a great software to tap into. Second part of part 3, as we talk about deciding on the digital marketing channels, you also want to consider what your goals are for this particular step. Are you trying to increase visitors to your website? Are you trying to increase subscribers to your YouTube page? Are you trying to increase your followers on your social media? You want to be very specific in your digital marketing action plan. Now listen, you don't have to have a digital marketing action plan that lasts for 5 years. You can have a bite-sized digital marketing plan that lasts for 3 months, that lasts for 6 months, because it's easier to monitor your success. It's easier to manage your success. So if you set a marketing plan to last for 6 months, and at the 3rd month you're not getting any feedback or you're not getting any results, then you need to make your adjustments. It's very important that you continue to monitor what you're doing and you pay attention to the responses that people are doing. Now, you have to do it for the right reason. This is not you just trying to become an influencer, or you trying to be famous, or you trying to have people on your business. You are on social media specifically to grow your business. Specifically to grow your business, and you are a new business. These points or these steps are extremely important that you need to tap into. Step 4 is plan your actions. So if you're going to do this for 4 weeks, great. If you're going to do this for 8 weeks, great. You want to have a plan for the actions that you are taking. And last but not least, you want to closely monitor your results. Closely monitor your results. Listen, guys, I've been in business for some time, but I have learned through trials and errors. I've learned through doing some things right. I've also learned from watching other people make mistakes that I didn't have to make. It's important that you continue to invest in yourself. It's important that you tap into platforms like the Black Business Network, because we are here, literally, we are here giving you things that we've learned, things that we are experts in, information that we have gathered, and things that we have created to help you as a Black business owner, as a business owner of any minority, succeed. We want to make sure that you succeed. I want to also encourage you to everything that you're learning, pass it on, pass it along. Pass it along to the people that that need this information. Pass it along to the people that that are desiring to excel in their business, are desiring to scale in their business. It's extremely important that we look out for us. Yes, I know that you want to be independent. You may not want no help. You may not want this. Great, but let's put our forces together, because you may be good at this. You may be good at this. But if we bring those two together, we can create a wholesome picture that we're all good. We're all sharing in our success. I also want to admonish you to tap into what we're doing here at the Black Business Network. It's important that we sow our seeds into the next generation. One of the things that I love about the Black Business Network is that we are tapping into our younger generation, our college students, or students that are pursuing colleges, to give them computers. If you have not donated yet, please donate. It's very important. I just spent some time at Benedict College, which is one of HBCUs in Columbia, South Carolina. And just to see the kids, how they are so excited to pursue their education. And so we have some opportunities to partner with the school and to do some things. I'm going to encourage you that, listen, if you have any passions, if you have any desire to help the generation that's coming behind us, this is a great platform to tap into here at the Black Business Network and sow or donate to our college fund that we have here. We are extremely excited to help develop our next generation. And so listen, this is your friend, your brother, your uncle, not your daddy, Dr. T.L. Holmes. But I want to implore you to really, take advantage of the information that we have here. And hopefully that you have learned something today, and, connect with me on social media, Dr. T.L. Holmes online. That's Dr. Holmes online, anywhere on social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's also App World. So if you want to connect with me, definitely connect with me. I am a real person.
Well, I would trust that you are a real person, Dr. T.L. Holmes. I see you. Dr. T.L. Holmes, that was an amazing keynote address. You've already started giving out your details, so I won't bore you with that question again. But thank you so much for your time. I learned something today.
No problem.
5 steps down, and I'm sure anyone that's watching this or watching a replay will take value from what you were sharing. So I thank you for your time, and I trust that you will have a good rest of your day. Thank you again for being here on the Black Business Network, where genius is common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you for having me.
The Black Business Expo mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the cash app that's on the screen below and say $BBX USA. Our goal is to give laptops up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. That was a mouthful for me there. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. And we want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for their contributions. NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Ritchie Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Mullane Shaney Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hi, I'm Barbara Smith. Genius is common. My genius is executive coaching and professional corporate training. As the master executive coach and corporate training ambassador for the Genius is Common movement, I help business owners craft their stories in such a way that you know exactly what they do, what they have, and what they bring to the table. Many times as business owners, we are asked, so what do you do for a living? And we could be crushing in our businesses, but we're not quite sure exactly what to say in a short amount of time. Well, I help you take those stories that are the reason why you're in business and why you're so passionate about your business, and craft them in such a way that people are drawn to you as opposed to being repelled by you. Because every conversation, every time you talk to someone about your business, you are excited about it. But are you really conveying what you do, what you have, and what you bring to the table? And do really people understand why you care so much and why they should care that you have the solution to their problem? Well, I'm here to help you with that. As a master storyteller, I can help you with your stories and spin them in such a way that they are intriguing and fascinating. People want to listen to you talk about your business.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common.
Genius is common. And my genius is nutritional strategy. I am Shawnee Smith, the owner and creator of Can Do Spice. Can Do Spice was created because I knew that adding herbal and mineral supplements to my diet did not have to be boring. In fact, because I'm a food enthusiast, I knew I could create something flavorful and explosive that also had the benefit of adding herbal supplements such as sea moss, bladderwrack, burdock root, and black seed, just to name a few. I invite you to take this journey with me where we come together and take control of our nutritional health. It is my way of sharing my genius, the gift of flavor and the healing power of herbs to the world. What is your genius?